Hi. Hey. Hope you dumpster divers are having a nice day. This is movie garbage. Have you not heard? We talk about movies. That's the word. My name's Ed Bobinchek, Bobincheck, or you can call me Check D today. Joining me as always is Uncle Matt Lewis. Go ahead, bro, drop a verse.
Yo, dog, this is Uncle Matt, and I got to say, this shit sucked in all kinds of ways. I don't know what my boy Check D was thinking. Watching this shit left my eyeballs stinking. Oh, Ed, what the fuck was that?
I think this is the first time our opening groups ever lined up.
Of course,
unintentionally.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That was not planned.
That's the type of verse for Uncle Matt. I was like, had Uncle Matt and Chuck D in that, so you had to go reference our old names.
We had to bring back the old middle school rap names.
From over probably 20 years ago at this, definitely 20 years ago at this point.
Honestly, I'm trying to, that was in
middle
grade?
School. It was middle school, so that would have been 2022 or 3, so yeah.
2022?
Yeah, 2022. No, 2002 or 2003.
So when this movie came out...
Around, the exact time of this piece.
I think that's 100% on point.
Oh, of course, very thematically appropriate.
Because I guess I haven't technically said the title yet.
Yeah.
We did Marci X.
Oh, boy. And now, did you ever deduce why the hell you had this movie?
I remember, I don't know why I bought it. I mean, only thing
a physical DVD of it, or
no, I bought it on Amazon. It was my first Amazon purchase. I remember sometime between 2011 and 2016 is when I bought it. And I'll honestly say, the way you were talking, I thought I was gonna regret this film a lot more.
Oh my god.
And maybe you're gonna make me regret it. But it wasn't as funny as I remembered, but it wasn't as terrible as I thought it was gonna be.
It was one of the worst things I've ever watched. I mentioned it on this podcast and several others. The amazing YouTube channel Prim's Hood Cinema, where he covers a bunch of famous 90s and early aughts black focused in hip hop and movies like that. Whenever one is particularly insanely hilariously bad, he'll be like, man, this is a piece of shit. Who the fuck made this movie? And to show the director, it is always an old white man. Or if it's some really cringy, bad, un-black sounding lines, he'll be like, who the fuck wrote this piece of shit? And they'll put up and it's a white writer. Guess what? This movie, white director, white writer. Who could have guessed?
Oh, 1,000%. I do 1,000% believe that.
Oh, not only that, Ed, in case you didn't find out, the person who plays Marci X's dad is the director of this movie. That old, bad, terrible acting white man is the director of this movie.
That does track as well.
Yeah, that makes 100% sense.
1,000% tracks.
Yeah, and also this movie, starring Damon Wayans and starring Lisa Kudrow, originally was written for Chris Rock.
Really?
Yeah, but he read the script and he said, I would rather receive an envelope full of anthrax. Was his quote that he said.
And this was 2003 or 2000. No, that was 2001, 2002. Probably when the script got presented to him.
Yeah.
So that was peak anthrax envelopes.
That was when that urban legend was going around and people getting envelopes full of anthrax. He was like, I'd rather get that than have to do this movie.
I don't doubt that either.
Yeah. Wow. Jesus fucking Christ. So you just randomly remember that this movie existed, or
again, it's randomly I remember that it exists, in all honesty.
Okay. There's a reason that I knew about this movie when you mentioned it. There's a specific reason that I I know exactly what that is, even though I personally don't think I've ever seen this movie on my own time. But there's two aspects of this movie that we're obviously going to have to get into for my preamble shit that I'm hopefully not going to make too long this time. There's a white half and a black half to talk about. Now, I'm going to leave it to you, Ed, since this was your choice. Which one do you want to talk about first?
For the preamble?
For the preamble specifics, yeah.
I don't know what to choose here.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Just two landmines I'm going to make Ed step on.
Oh, jeez. We already mentioned white director and writer, so let's start with the white half, I guess.
All right. So, obviously, Lisa Kudrow, this was in the midst of the second to last season of Friends.
I will say I did forget that she was the lead in this, and I was also surprised to see Jane Krakowski.
Yeah, Jane Krakowski randomly in there.
An actress too. I see after
this is probably before this is
way definitely
right
before
before 30 Rock. Yeah,
I thought 30 Rock was
I think it was early odds, right?
That was a little bit.
I mean, there's no way we could possibly find out.
Yeah, exactly. We'll never truly know. But I mean, she's one of those actresses who kind of just appears outside of 30 Rock.
She's been in a surprisingly random amount of stuff. Like, there's like a random horror movie that I saw from like the early 90s and 80s that she was in. It was like, whoa, that's surprising. 2006.
Okay, so yeah,
so 3 years before that, or 2 or 3 years before that.
Yeah.
I think it was when the fuck was this movie made?
This movie came out in 2003, so I would assume then you got
made about a year or so earlier,
right?
Yeah. So yeah, this was 3 years before this released. 3 years.
You know, I guess in theory, we could it came into if it was in the 2002 era. I'm wondering if like you would have seen a lot of like randomly cut shots because if they were this was in New York, right?
Yeah. Okay. Harlem specifically is what
that's
you
right.
At one point, yeah.
Was it actually in Harlem?
Hell no.
Was that actually?
My mom literally said, "Like, look at this piece. Look at this fucking." Oh yeah, I forgot. I watched it with my family, my all-black family. It was very fun. Watching it was fun. Not the family was fun. Not the fucking movie. I hated this.
I will say, and I'm curious, and your take on this. Yeah. If I had watched it with your family, would I have?
I mean, if I told them that you made me watch it, they probably would have been glaring at you the whole time.
Did you tell them or no?
No, I told. Yeah, my mom. She watched what's it called with me? The Jack and Jill with me as well. She's like, "What the fuck is this piece of shit?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's Ed's fucking choice."
Okay, listen, you've had some real shitty movies too here.
Yeah, but I mean, like like I said, I've
also you're the one who subjected your mother to Jack and Jill.
Yeah. She shouldn't. Yeah, she was like, I just like was popping over there to help her move shit, which we were in the middle of a big move for both of us, and then like. Yeah, she was just like, "What the hell is this?" And I just like went over to her house to help, and I just put this on while I was not doing work. And I was just like, bought this on her Amazon, thank God, not my own Amazon. I watched it on there. But yeah, it was the reason I know about this movie, I was even setting up, I forgot because tangents within tangents is this podcast. Do you know the YouTuber Cinema Snob?
Yeah.
Stone Gremlin, the dude with the glasses.
Yeah.
On that channel with that dude with glasses.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, Cinema. Yeah, he's fucking fantastic. He's amazingly hilarious. I've been following him for probably well over fucking like 10, 15 years now. His content because he's great and funny. He had Friendsuary, where he was covering shitty movies from the 90s and early aughts with the Friends cast during the height of their TV show popularity.
And this was on there?
Yeah, this was one of the ones that he covered on there. So I have a couple of jokes that he's made that I reference in this. The movies that he covered, Mr. Lellis tells real quick. The movie Ed. Have you heard of this movie? It's the one with Joey and a monkey playing baseball.
Why does that sound familiar?
You probably saw them from your Blockbuster days. You definitely probably saw it on like a shelf or something.
That's why I'm remembering that.
It's like a little person in a monkey outfit, and it looks creepy as shit. And Joey's, I didn't write Joey's actor's name down. Matt LeBlanc, is that him?
Yes,
okay,
that's Matt LeBlanc.
He was like some like incredibly stupid baseball player just playing another goofball. And it was a horribly awful cringe movie that made like no money at the box office, thank goodness. Second movie
once again, Ed dies in the movie.
Yeah, Ed died in the movie. I think Ed was the monkey's name, so that's funny.
Well, I was saying every time Ed died, they die.
Yeah, Ed's gotta die. I wish
I've referenced several times listening back to our old shit here. And they never deserved it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they're always good guys. I mean, Eddie from the beginning of not Phantom of the Paradise. What's the one with the Eddie goodbye song?
That is Phantom of the Paradise.
Okay.
Yeah, he kills himself so his sister will be able to get the surgery that she needs to live.
That amazing song. Next movie was Kissing a Fool, the one with Ross's actor, who's like he's like a disgustingly shitty playboy cheat asshole.
So it's just like.
It's like the opposite. I'm gonna say the opposite of Ross. Ross is actually a pretty chill dude. But yeah, it was like he's getting married to some woman, but he doesn't trust her, so he has his like weird depressed friend played by Jason Lee try to make her cheat on him. It's a very weird fucking movie with a very gross weird setup, and he's like. Ross's character, I know. Ross's character isn't set up as a bad guy, but like watching this movie in a modern context, he's like the most disgusting, horrible piece of shit. But he's just like supposed to be like an average, normal guy. He's like an absolute scumbag.
So basically, it's that like that '90s era where like the guy who's like super creepy,
gross,
he's super gross and creepy, but because he's not taking no for an answer, and he's gonna get the girl. Yeah. It's like,
thank goodness, root for this guy.
Yeah, like
it's gross and bad. Yeah.
What did we used to do?
It's hilarious. Then the last one was 3 to Tango, which was Chandler's actor working for some evil businessman, accidentally is confused as being gay, so he has him watch his like the evil businessman's mistress is like supposed to be monitored and followed by Chandler because he thinks he's gay, but he's not. And of course, those two fall in love, and it's a very, very offensive in a different way, similar to this movie.
You know,
it's just,
maybe this is a controversial thing to say, but I haven't been as controversial speaking on this podcast as much.
Yeah.
It sounds like the kind of film that says, you know, I'm glad that he went in that hot tub.
I'm sure he's ashamed of the movie.
Let me tell you, that is what is that actor's name?
Not Matthew Perry.
Yeah.
Is it Matthew Perry? Okay, yeah.
You know,
I think of Luke Perry. I was like, I'm not thinking
it was Matthew Perry.
Yeah, Matthew Perry.
So like during Rocky, one of the best callbacks is usually when Riff goes to open up the coffin clock at the start of the time warp. One of the best callbacks is always to yell out, "Hey Riff, show me," and then you name like a celebrity who just died.
Yeah.
So like last on Saturday, because it was literally 2 days ago, I yelled, "Show us Ozzy Osbourne."
Oh, nice.
And everything. But Matthew Perry is a name that has gotten groaned more than once, multiple times. Matthew Perry. So, listen, I feel like I haven't been as controversial enough.
Yeah.
That movie sounds like he deserved that hot tub trip.
Yeah, it is like, again, it's like the early aughts. It is absurdly offensive and like just terrible. There's a huge number of dumb coincidences and like, you know, misunderstandings and crap just making him seem like he's gay. It's really, really terrible.
There's another movie that I feel like that is just like that.
There's a lot of premises like that and stuff. Like it's like in the aughts, like when.
Yeah, I guess to be fair, that is just like a 90s aughts setup of a guy gets confused to be gay and gets to be the
Three's Company. That's the whole point of Three's Company.
They
think that Jack Tripper. Yeah, really. The old, obviously, probably 80s, 70s show with, what's his name?
I've heard of it. I've never watched it.
The premise is that, Jack Tripper's moving in with these two women, but, like, Mr. Roper, the, like, you know, crazy Don Knotts landowner doesn't want, you know, obviously doesn't want a guy living with two young, hot women, so, but he pretends to be gay. And so, every time he's over, he has to, like, super effeminate and, like, hilariously offensively gay. But otherwise just being, like, you know, perv running around being goofy. And this whole show is based on, like, you know, misunderstandings.
The effeminate gay definitely lasted into this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Which I will say, that was the scene that I definitely didn't find as funny as I remembered it to be.
I would say probably...
But I think it's because I expected something to come out from it.
Yeah.
But I remember... That was one of the scenes that made me... I remember laughing the fuck out of that scene.
But it makes a lot of sense when you watch it.
But again,
you can look at it, but
even if this was a decade ago, mindset Ed was very different from current day mindset.
And 2 decades ago when this movie came out, Ed.
That part.
Yeah, 2013 we were making horrible jokes.
Between 10 and 15 years ago, I can see where it's a lot funnier than nowadays when it's like, oh no, oh no.
But also,
though this movie does have a lot of things that I was like, okay, these jokes were well ahead of their time.
I mean,
there were multiple times. We'll get into. We'll get into that.
But yeah, like it was just a huge era of like really shit. But of course, they've all been in good stuff too. Like what's it called? What's her name? Cox, Courtney Cox. A ton of great movies.
Obviously, Scream is the biggest.
All the Scream movies she's in are fucking incredible. Is she in every single one? I believe.
So far, yeah, she's been in every one.
Yeah.
Which I think we talked about. I was listening to us, and I even agreed with myself back then. Because I remember watching Scream 5, and I still love Scream 5 and 6, honestly. I'm really sad about the whole situation with 7.
It really sucks.
I'm really hoping that they're able to find a way to not just, like, coat over it and, like, make it... Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes on with that.
I think the smart, wise, or whatever they would do is just follow a different crew of people.
Or, I mean, it seems like they're going back. I have heard that Matthew Lillard's in it. Granted, who knows what the context is.
He was in the last one dressed up in like those stab movie spoof thing.
Yeah, which I've said, by the way, and I'm going to put this on the record now, that, like, I really think this could be, if done well, could be entertaining. At the very least, maybe this is it. It's kind of mentioned and is really glossed over, I feel like. In number 5, it's mentioned that weird guy with the car who gets killed outside of the bar, that was Stu Macher's sister's son. So that was the, nephew of Stu Macher who died. we've never seen Stumacher's sister.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, really, I feel like she's kind of got put in for this.
Yeah.
Kind of thing similar to how, like, Randy Meeks got his sister added in posthumously.
She was in 3.
Right, but he died in 2.
Oh, yeah.
So they added her in.
A third VHS tape from him talking about
right.
this
So, like, I think that Stumacher's sister is going to be somewhat influential in 7, potentially.
That'd be very funny, yeah.
But, like I was saying, like, I thought Dewey was done well in 5, but, like, Sydney and Gail in 5, I was like, they felt like they were given the moment. Right, and I think that's, honestly, like, I think 6 did a good job of actually, like, as much as I know that, again, the bullshit with all the money and all that with, Nell Campbell, right?
Nev Campbell, yeah.
Nev Campbell. Yeah. Like, that part sucks, but I felt like they did use Courtney Cox's character with her. Like, I felt like she was utilized in a better way where she didn't take away from the new main cast.
Yeah.
And I thought the main cast excelled. And the set, like, I know it was all, like, fucking Scream, orgasm shit, like, when we saw the theater. Yeah. But also, that theater was fucking incredible. Like, that set was incredible.
Yeah.
Like, even if you take away all the disbelief. But we're not talking about that.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. Also, I was going to say, quick shout out, the new, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Jennifer Love Hewitt has a role in that she's actually pretty decent in, but the twist in that's insane. If you've watched all those movies, it's crazy. But back on actual topic, did you watch Friends when it was on?
I did not.
Okay.
Honestly, the only Friends I've watched is my wife Leanne watched it, and she would watch reruns a lot.
Yeah.
So I would catch episodes here and there, and I got a good sense. And I've seen some of the memes, repeat after me, one word at another and repeats it wrong, or Leanna showed me and she loves the could I be wearing any more shirts?
Literally Chandler's catchphrase is like, could I be any more blah blah blah, or like so I would probably ask you, like, well, so who's her favorite character, since I assume you don't have a favorite character from the tertiary bit that you have.
If I had to make a favorite character from that show, I think it's Joey for the most part.
Okay.
When he's not, like, so, like, as I got from Osmosis, like, his character, obviously he's the actor, whatever, but he's that kind of the player. When he's not been put into the player, but put as, like, the comic relief guy, I feel like he's funnier with the group than when he's trying to be, like, the suave guy.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, he's the actor, so I get that part of it, but, like I felt like his character was really good at, like, playing off of everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Chandler was just, like, overly weird. I didn't like Ross, I won't lie. Same with Rachel, I don't like the two of them. And I felt like with Monica, like, a lot of times, like, I'd see so many references to how she used to be fat. And it's like, what? Like, I mean, that I get going back that was a very big trope.
Yeah, whenever they go to, like, the flashback, there's always a flashback sequence and stuff like that.
And that was what made it even worse. Like, sometimes, like, when you show that, it makes it even worse.
I was going to say, there's...
Phoebe, I will say real quick, I did like Phoebe. I think I like Joey in the main set of cast, but I did like Phoebe. I feel like she was a character who literally was just, from all the episodes I watched, she was just doing her own thing, and they just happened to be
she was always, like, tertiary weird. She was actually with the B-plot character, like Quentin says in his thing for, like, for Sam and Cat, how, like, the whole cast is B-plot characters, so it's always random shit happening, and, like, everyone feels more separated, because, like, anytime, like, there'd be, A-plot and B-plot, whatever, Phoebe would always have the weird random shit happening, because she was a weird random fucking person. So she would always have a goofy weird thing while everyone else is doing anything. I would say my favorite was Ross, because he was the only normal serious one in a crew of all goofballs.
See,
right?
Which is very ironic.
The dynamic,
for you.
of course. The dynamic of
Doink.
Doink's the best. The dynamic of Ross and Rachel, will they, won't they, I didn't care for that at all. I thought that, of course, like everyone else, I think it dragged down the show for the most part for me personally. But Ross as a character, I really liked. A, he had my dream job, archaeologist. And B, he had that awful monkey for, like, several seasons that everyone hated on set.
That's right. He did.
Yeah, it was apparently a really huge thing. But I like that he was, like, for the most part, the fairly serious, always put upon character. He was usually in the wrong, and he was, like, an asshole very often. But I like the fact that he was, like, the serious guy who, like, bad shit would happen to all the time. So that was very funny.
See, I think what I didn't like a lot is, like, it made it feel like a lot of times he was, even though he was wrong,
there
were a lot of times where I felt like he wasn't punished enough for it. Like, it's like watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and like there's no punishment. Like, but in the sense of like we're supposed to be happy there was no punishment.
Yeah.
Whereas like with It's Always Sunny, it's like, how the hell did you guys get away with this shit?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Like he was an Always Sunny in Philadelphia character in the wrong show, basically, to me. Like,
of course, yeah.
It felt
that
like,
show's like probably spoofing that more directly than most things. It's Always Sunny, not spoofing, but like calling out like sitcom stuff is the point of the show.
Definitely.
They're assholes. And
they're still doing it too. It's incredibly.
It's still going on and it's still going strong. Yeah.
And what's incredible too is like when you learn the history of like they literally shot like the first episode and like with like disposable cameras and for like nothing.
Yeah, and now it's like one of the longest running sitcoms I think on TV still. Yeah.
I want to say it's the longest running.
It might be the one
live action.
Yeah, not on basic cable, but definitely probably is the longest. Yeah,
which is incredible. Like it's still going. And
fantastic show.
I mean, even too like Danny, like
Danny DeVito doing that show for that long at his age is really incredible too.
So, but going back, I guess to Marci X here, I'm like with friends, like see, explaining all the stuff from the other films. I will say it sounds like this is the least problematic of those other films. I won't lie.
I haven't
seen the others. I haven't seen the others, and I will say, obviously, that I'm coming from a very different perspective.
Oh yeah.
So there is that. I get.
I will say that the sexual politics aren't as horrifying as in as in two of the other movies, and as horrifying as that monkey looks in Ed. But like,
see, when we get to the movie, I think we're going to get a lot of this stuff unpacked. Like, this is a film where I will say I feel like our preamble is actually going to be holding us back from the main point of this movie. I mean, there's a lot in this movie.
Yeah, well, I mean,
there's a lot.
As I said on the white side still, beyond that kind of stuff, Lisa Kudrow as a person, I'm not sure how she is. She's been in a lot of good stuff also, just like Courtney Cox and just like Jennifer Aniston. Also, I didn't even mention her stuff.
She's also been in a lot.
She's been in crappy stuff, but she's probably had the most biggest career of the entire.
Oh, she definitely
crew,
had 1,000%.
I think she's probably the most boring character on the show on Friends. I think
she's definitely a character who I feel like I agree. Like from what I've seen,
I think she was supposed to be like just quote unquote the hot one in the group of people. I guess because like what's it called? Monica's supposed to be smart and Phoebe's goofball weirdo. So
I mean
that was her personality trait in
I think that's also a
TV show.
I think that's also a problem too with just women in general. Like the fact that you have Monica, the used to be fat, now smart one. You have Phoebe, the very weird one, and then you had Rachel, the hot one. Yeah. Whereas like Joey was, yes, he was a dumb guy,
comedic actor, and he describe what he does and everything. Yeah,
exactly. And Chandler and Ross both, they had multiple layers written to them, whereas the women were a lot more like. I feel like a lot of times with women characters, they just don't get the same care and like depth that men get.
Yeah, there's been a lot of issues actually coming out recently in the last couple of years from like horror stories from the writers' room of that show, that they were absolutely terrible pieces of shit to the main crew. They were like
the actors.
The writers were shitty to the main actors.
Really?
Yeah, they were really, really shitty. They would like talk all kinds of horrible, really offensive shit. They would write really bad stuff about like the Monica or the Courtney Cox fat suit thing may have been like a punishment for like them being pissed at Courtney Cox for other stuff. There's like a whole bunch of shit just really, really bad shit that they were just like really assholes and like they were really broy and they were like really not having any women, not having any people of color, or like when they did have them, they would really treat them really shittily. And then also the show in general, the whole joke and meme if people watch a show like this is a New York where there's like no black people, or there's one black person, Aisha Tyler, who dated Ross for a bit, I think. You're like the only black person ever casted on that show. And like, whenever they had characters like an Asian actor was like a doctor or something like that, or like a friend of theirs who was on like 1 or 2 episodes, the people were like, people on crew and on staff were being like incredibly racist to them. And just like treating them really shittily, yeah. And like one of the writers did write a book recently. I forgot, I have it on my list on Audible. I forgot the name of it. I probably could look it up in a second, but I don't feel like it.
What do you mean? There's no way for us to figure it out.
Yeah, but no, you could possibly find out. But she's writing a book about like writing rooms in Hollywood. Like a huge chunk of it is about like how like shitty the people in writing for Friends were.
Well, I mean, even like kind of referencing a little bit back to our party with Victorious. Like I remember one of the things on Quiet on Set was so in the original season of. Was it All That or Drake and Josh?
Amanda Show, probably.
It was Amanda Show, yes. Yeah. Like, there were 2 women writers on the show, and they shared a salary.
Yeah, insane.
And when they fought because they were like, "Hey, this isn't allowed," I think one of them was fired, or they both were fired. Like they sued over it. Like they were also like demeaned, like incredibly terrible.
All kinds of horrible sexual jokes made at their expense and towards them and stuff. And
exactly,
and that kind of stuff happened. Yeah, even you hear some of the stuff that they like the writers said about the like cast and crew behind the back that they found out about. It's really fucking like upsetting.
Yeah, and I think this is where I think. Ironically, I joke and I am serious and sincere. I think the meat of this film is going to have a lot more impact with us and explore
in the discussion. Yeah.
Yes, because again, like there are, and it is something as the white man here. Mm-hmm. It's something that is sometimes always hard, and unfortunately we hear way too much about people. Mm-hmm. I don't know the rules and shit, but like sometimes it's hard to be the white guy because you don't realize how well you have it off until you hear it, and like there's two ways to go. There's people who go completely down the wow, I can't like this at all ever, and all my memories are terrible, and then the people who say well, I shouldn't be made to feel terrible for things I didn't contribute to or do, and it's like both can be true at the same time. Like I can find parts of this movie funny, and the thing is, I'm looking at this through I did my best when I was watching this film again, especially knowing how you were giving me, you were
telling you that I'm very upset about this. Yeah.
Exactly. I did try to put that into it, and there's things that I think that are, and see, this is the thing is, you said there's a white writer and a white director.
Yeah.
That's probably why there are things that I find less problematic or actually entertaining or funny or just whatever, whereas you're able to watch it and be like, oh, hey, that's fucked up that I don't have the same experience. And I know I mentioned this on the podcast, but I mean, ironically, right in the beginning, Leanne, with the whole producer shit and the weird, senator shit going on to this movie. Yeah. So, like, I mentioned at one point, because we're talking about, just, like, looking back on shit and people's making them, the way things have evolved. Like, I still think back, and I'm sure I mentioned it on the podcast, but I'll mention it again. Like, when I first went to Beechwood, I'm literally, the only interaction I had with any kind of black person was Alex Binder when I went to Beechwood summer camps. Mm-hmm. I came from Aurora, which here in Ohio is white rich. I mean, white rich Catholic. That is what it is. Mm-hmm. Or even if you're poor, you're still, white and Catholic. Mm-hmm. So, and there were, I remember there were two black kids, one black man and one black woman, girl, boy, kid. We're younger, but like one black guy, one black girl in my grade when I was in Aurora. And when I came to Beechwood, completely changed. Yeah. And I remember, I think it was 7th grade, where I was hanging with you and Dwayne and Alex, so I never had that experience of hearing, a lot of the words and hearing the N-word and everything. So when I heard you guys use it, I remember using it one time, and y'all looked at me like...
I mean, I wasn't there. I heard about it. I think I heard... Like,
were you there for that?
I wasn't. I remember specifically, I wasn't present for it. Okay. But somebody came and told me that you did say it. I don't know if that was going to happen. I was just like, huh.
I think it was... Then it must have been Alex and Dwayne.
Yeah.
And I always say, like, looking back, like... If they punched me, I would have deserved it. I will say that. But, like, I could tell, I think they could tell that when I used it, because they were, like, looking at me like, what the fuck? And I was like, what? I'm just listening to what you guys say. Yeah. And when you don't come from stuff like that, you don't have the same lens. There is a teaching method. I'm always grateful that I didn't get punched. But I'm also grateful that at the very least I was told why I was wrong.
People, and I explained it to you because you're a friend.
Exactly. Yeah, and I have like held on to that. And even to like what I talk about, one thing too is I talk about a lot is Steve Stan. Always like, so for the longest time, so I knew him as the bisexual Steve and Steve Wazowski as the gay Steve. Yeah. And I mean, this was junior year of high school, and I truly look back at my high school years, and even in that sense, I was an idiot. Yeah. But I remember he said one day, "It's like, why does it matter bisexual versus gay and everything?" And like, never coming again as someone who's straight, I never thought to look at like, why does this label define or change anything about these people? Mm-hmm. So like small stuff like that does make a difference. Yeah. And those lenses do influence us even when we look back at stuff. And I don't even know where I'm fucking going with this point now.
We're solidly on the white half head.
Jesus Christ.
So anyway, but I was gonna say,
just real quick, when we get to the black half, I don't have to talk with a black voice, right?
No, you have to put on dude. You put on an urban accent like Robin Williams, like, yo, man, hey, dog. He's talking like that.
Yo, man, what's going on up in here?
Oh God, but no, just more on the actors. Like Lisa Kudrow, yeah, she's fine, whatever. She's been in a lot of good stuff. Like I remember Romy and Michelle's High School Reunion is a pretty funny movie.
Never heard of that one.
It's pretty good. It came out also in the around the same time period. The other actors I wanted to mention in Boys R Us. Did you recognize one of the boys in Boys R Us?
I can't say I did.
Matthew Morris, aka or Morrison.
Wait, are you talking about this guy from Glee?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
He was the one with the big frizzy hair and the little soul patch.
If I saw it, and I probably would recognize that now.
Yeah, he was one of the boys in Boys R Us.
Oh shit!
Probably also like a few years before Glee.
Glee came out when I was working at Blockbuster. I remember that. So that had to come out in the late 2000s. Like 2009 or 2008, I would say.
It would be 2009.
So, called it. Yeah. Boom.
So yeah, he's one of the boys.
I remember Shayna was got me into it.
I fucking love that show to death.
The first seasons were really good. I enjoyed the second season. I don't remember watching it much after that.
I just remember that it's insane, and whenever you watch any clip from it out of context, it's one of the most fucking hilariously. It's like fucking drawn together in terms of just like insanely overtly offensive and funny and stereotype like addressing that like people who don't know or don't get the context will be like, what the hell, this is insanely offensive, you can make this today. But like that show was nonstop people making shitty racist or homophobic or whatever jokes as those people of color or sexual orientation or against them. But it was so fast and so much, and also the main showrunner Ryan Murphy is like a gay man. It's insanely hilarious. It's so ridiculous. That show is so funny.
It is definitely problematic, but I definitely don't think it. At the same point, I think it is.
Mean, like I said, it's like Blazing Saddles, where the point is that people are being shitty by saying stuff like that is racist or homophobic, but the point is that they're saying it, and people are addressing like you're an idiot or you're an asshole for saying that. And it's like they're commenting so fast and so frequently that it's like actually pretty fucking funny. That's the point of it.
I did actually get to go with Caitlin Johnson. Yeah. Remember Caitlin?
Yeah.
So she got tickets to go to see Glee when they were in concert, and I ended up going to see it with her. So
R.I.P. a shit ton of that cast, weirdly enough.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Like, a bizarre amount of people.
So, and I also too like that. Like, I mean, this works on the white side of this, all right. Glee is definitely a white show. Let's be honest.
That's the point. Yeah.
But I remember too when they did the Rocky one.
Yeah.
They did that Rocky episode.
I was at the what's it called? I was at the Rocky performance you guys did that month. Yeah.
And
it was very funny.
How long was that line?
It was huge. That was like the theater was like insanely packed. Yes.
That we sold out. That line went around the block past that store.
100%, yeah.
We had to turn a bunch of people because this was back when we did celluloid, so you could only put it in the one theater. Like nowadays in digital, we could theoretically put it on a second screen if needed. For overflow, which we did, I think, for Rocky Horror of My Life or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was before that. So literally, we sold that show out. That was one of the biggest shows I ever. The only time I remember a show that big and like insane was literally the Rocky Horror Saved My Life recording, where they literally had multiple people from other cast come, and like it was a literally performance, like a recording of our show and the pre-show and all of that. And I can say that I was in that. My interview got in that movie. So
yeah, it was fucking incredible. The hype that show had. Ryan Murphy's still going on to do all the American Horror Stories. Another insanely camp, could be seen as offensive, but I think it's just progressive in how overtly controversial it is constantly.
Ironically, the only American Horror Story season I have ever seen is New York.
Really?
Yes.
That's like one of the most outlier-ass, weirdly received ones ever. New York was more depressing than scary. Actually, no, it was scary. It was very depressing more than anything.
It really was, because I will tell you, the weird Gimp guy, I did not understand at all until I watched the finale and everything. And then I went and looked up and I noticed, like, then I was able like to see how people broke it down. I was like, oh my God, what? Oh God, oh Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Like, that was...
Yeah, the show's fantastic.
that was you can confirm or deny this, but that season didn't feel like a horror season, but more so a true horror. This really happened. Yeah,
it's really,
and that's
horrific.
Why it's so fucking horrifying.
It's really horrific. Yes, that season was an outlier. It was very controversial. A lot of people didn't like it compared to the rest of the series, because the rest of the series is pretty campy and bizarre and like overtly supernatural.
Richard O'Brien is in one of the seasons, I believe.
Yeah, he's what the fuck was season was?
Is it the hotel one?
Maybe he was in the hotel. I can't pinpoint it, but like there's a ton of actors in all of them. It's a great cast. Yeah, it's an amazing show. Ryan Murphy's fantastic, but we're not talking about Ryan Murphy right now, even though he's great. I think he's great. He's a very controversial figure. Obviously, fucking Glee's insane. Scream Queens, the other show he did, Scream Queen, I believe. Maybe
is that the one that got
there's a contest show called Scream Queen, I believe.
Yeah,
but then there's also a show by Ryan Murphy that is like exactly halfway between Glee and American Horror Story. It's like a college slasher series, and it's as hilariously fast, offensive, joke filled as Glee is, but it's like brutal, horrible murders like American Horror Story.
I kind of want to see
Scream
this
Queen
now.
is pretty good, but there's also some kind of like acting competition show called
Yes,
Scream
because
Queen.
multiple actresses
from
have gotten into Saw.
Yeah, two people from Saw were in that from that show. I can't remember which one's which, but I think his show is Scream Queen, and the contest show is Scream Queens, maybe, I don't know. But enough about Ryan Johnson. He's great. The other actor I wanted to mention, Christine Baranski, the Senator Spinkle in this. She's an actress who I absolutely love. She's like the go-to snooty lady in a trillion things.
I recognized her, but didn't know where I've seen her. But I know
Chicago,
I've seen her.
If you've seen the movie Chicago.
I believe it or not, have not seen Chicago.
Really? The Grinch, she's one of the main Who's in The Grinch.
She's the mother in Bad Moms Christmas, isn't she?
Probably, yes. Yeah.
I think she is.
Yeah, she's a huge actor in a ton of stuff.
Yeah, because I think that was her, because this was obviously a lot. Over whatever.
Yeah. She's also the lead lawyer in The Good Wife spinoff, I think called The Good Fight. But yeah, like I said, I'm a huge fan of her. I love her and everything.
Yes, I randomly scroll through Facebook and I've seen there's like a lawyer show like
The Good Fight.
Yeah, I've seen her in that.
She was like a side character in The Good Wife, and then that show's like had like 3 or 4 spinoffs at this point. But yeah, The Good Fight is a show I really liked her in that show too. But yeah, she's a huge voice actor. She's been in a ton of stuff. Whenever you need to go to snooty lady, you get Christine Baranski. She's great. I love her.
That character was
a very very oft-written character. I'll say that.
It is
also still relevant today. Yes,
it is. And there's a lot of problems I have with there's a lot of this part of this movie that is problematic, like for a lot of reasons. But outside of the cultural, there's a lot I have with just like a straight up like this should not even be a thing. Problem should not even exist this way.
Yeah, but
and what the fuck is being said by this person about this person, like especially for the reasons.
Yeah,
like.
It's insane.
Oh jeez.
But that's most of what I have for the white side. Besides like
let's get to the black side of this.
Before we get to that part, we got to go to one more that I was gonna say. I didn't write down the name of the director. He's a shitty actor. He's a shitty director. Fuck him. The old man in this show, the old white man who has a heart attack twice or whatever. That's the director, and the writer is just some fucking other white guy who I don't know from anything.
I'm wondering, he had the heart attack, right? Quote unquote.
Yeah, while he was getting it. Yeah.
I'm wondering, did he actually have a fake heart attack, or was he around a black person and had a heart attack?
He realized he couldn't act in this movie for another second. He had to get out of it. Black part of the show, obviously, Damon Wayans from the Wayans family. A huge family of actors and directors, musicians. They're just all a huge thing. The Wayans family, let's see, there are, I believe, 11 children in total?
Holy.
Wait, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then so 10, I believe, 10-ish. There's 10-ish total. 5 of them are really in the industry, but the other 5 are like tertiarily did some stuff with their family members.
I mean, the name, obviously, like, I know of them. Ironically, my least favorite movie of all time was The White Chick, which I know is them.
Yeah.
But
that's the 2 youngest. The Wayans family, children of a supermarket manager and a social worker. They went on to have a huge empire of a shit ton of TV shows and movies and all kinds of shit like that.
I mean, it seems like nowadays, like, because I know the Wayans from a lot of the spoof films that came out there and everything, and it seems, and if I'm wrong, again, tell me I'm wrong here, but it's almost like with the amount of stuff they were putting out at one time, they were almost like the Tyler Perry of spoof films.
Oh yeah, before Tyler Perry was like a known thing. While Tyler Perry was still doing actual Broadway or shows or whatever for Medea, they were actually making like TV shows and movies and like a shit ton of actual successful ones, doing very well. One specific one I'll mention when I get to it, but let's see, the main one. Keenan Ivory Wayans is the second oldest, but he's the one who does most of the directing. Whenever there's a director that does one of their movies, like I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker, and he did a couple of other ones. Low Down Dirty Shame he directed. He's like the older brother.
Don't Be a Menace?
Not Don't Be a Menace in South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. He did not direct that one, but he is in that movie, I believe.
Okay, I knew that was a Wayne's related movie.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
I think because I know the last name, but like I feel like I've heard every single name.
You've seen a couple.
Time.
They look very similar, obviously, because they're all brothers and sister. Damon Wayans, the one from this movie. He's probably the one who, in the aughts, had like the biggest acting career because he was in a shit ton of movies. He was in the movie with Adam Sandler, where they, that famous one. He was in the movies with Steven Seagal. There was a movie where what's it? Not Any Given Sunday. It's a football movie where he's playing a football player and like
Longest Yard.
Is it Longest Yard?
Longest Yard.
I think so.
Longest Yard's one where
I think it starts with a guy saying like I'm gonna go to Disneyland and like blows his brains out in the middle of the football field. What the hell was that one?
Wait, I'm sorry.
I think it was Kevin Costner in that movie with him. Or
it was a comedy?
No.
Okay then, Adam Sandler, because Adam Sandler did Longest Yard remake with the Burt Reynolds film where he was like a disgraced former quarterback who plays the guards and gets all the prisoners to join the team.
Damon Wayans' football movie was The Last Boy Scout.
That is not Adam Sandler.
No. He was a different. Yeah, that's Bruce Willis I was thinking of. But no, yeah, Damon Wayans was in a different. He was in a cop movie with Adam Sandler.
Cop movie with Adam Sandler.
Yeah, Bulletproof, 1996. He was also in a movie with.
How have I not heard of that?
He was in
I've heard of it, but I can't.
Yeah, it was a weird movie, but he was also in Glimmerman with Steven Seagal.
Yeah, I feel like I remember that. I know I watched that movie from How Did This Get Made?
Yeah. He was like a serious cop in that movie. Not very good.
Why do I not feel like that was him in that movie though?
He was. I'm pretty sure.
I feel like my brain just erased him from that movie.
He was very minor in it.
I thought, wasn't he the partner?
Yeah, he was a partner.
He was a partner of Steven Seagal, and they went to like the Chinese shop or whatever.
The penis pills shit. Yeah. Yeah.
How did I not remember that was him?
Bamboozled and shit. Yeah.
I'm gonna just say that was because like that Steven Seagal is such a terrible person. I want to believe that he wouldn't.
There's a racist presence in that shit. Yeah.
Steven Seagal is. I mean, I want to go back to the white part of things, but Steven Seagal is like the quintessential. He's someone who would write this movie today.
Yes. Yes, he would. Him and his shitty, weird goatee and his shitty sunglasses and just being a bad actor and sitting in a chair instead of doing a kung fu fight.
And don't forget about hanging out with dictators.
Yeah.
And eating carrots.
Yeah, eating big carrots.
Handed to him from a dictator.
Yeah. He's a weird asshole. But yeah, Damon Wayans, the main...
Modern Kid Rock.
Yeah, the main actor one in the 90s at least. Then there's Kimberly Wayans, Kim Wayans. She's the only sister who acts. There's other sisters in the other five that I mentioned who aren't in the industry as much. But was in, obviously in Living Color, which I'm going to get to in a bit. She was a mother in the opening of Don't Be a Menace in South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. She's been in a couple of other movies. I think she was in one of the, what the fuck was it? Not Lethal Weapon. What the hell was the movies with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence?
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys. I think she was in one of the Bad Boys, believe
it or not, I have never seen Bad Boys.
We mentioned it in one of the earlier episodes. Yeah, there's a shit ton of those movies, and they're pretty good. Michael Bay. It was the Michael Bay series. That was it. Yeah.
Fuck. I was going to make a joke, but I can't even remember. But the character from Hot Fuzz, who Nick Frost's character.
We literally made a reference in the Transformers episode. We talked about Bad Boys because Michael Bay's in that too. And then the two youngest of that generation anyway, Sean and Marlon Wayans.
Marlon, I think, is the name I recognize the most.
Sean and Marlon are the ones from the Wayans Brother TV show that they had with Reese Witherspoon. They're also the two from Scary Movies. They're the two from White Chicks. They're the two from, a bunch of stuff. They're like the two young ones.
Marlon is the one who is like the stoner in Scary Movie, right?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
he's the one I've definitely recognized.
And Sean is the gay one in that movie, but he's also like the more serious one in most of their comedic things.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
That's right, because he played, I remember there was a lot of Scream, and he was the one in the movie theater.
Yeah, he died in the first movie and then came back randomly in the second one. There was a funny-ass scene I saw where He comes back and he's just like, "Hey, what's going on, guys?" And they're like, "Oh my god!" He's like, trying to like, Brenda tries to beat him up because he's like, was the main guy, bad guy. And like, "What the fuck are you doing back here? I thought you were dead." He's like, "Oh, it's a sequel, guys." He's like, "Oh, okay," and they go on with the movie. But yeah, I love Sean and Marlon. They're absolutely fucking. They're the ones that I grew up watching from. They're the two pro tags in Don't Be a Menace and South Central. They're playing cousins.
Okay,
and
I mean, and then I will say too, like I recognize them, and once you recognize the character, I definitely feel like Sean tends to have like a lot more of the shaved head, and Marlon tends to have a lot more of the hairstyle.
But most
obviously
of them,
I'm sure there's some wig use in general, but
both of them are wigs and not white chicks. Oh boy.
Well, to be fair, they have. You know what? I'm glad they were because I've heard about how you would get that hair, that kind of hairstyle back in the day, and
But yeah, the other five I didn't write down their names because, like I said, they're just minor industry stuff. Like one of them does music for most of their productions. One of them just like second unit directing, some minor things. And then you have several of them do have kids who are actors. Like I mentioned, Damon Wayans Jr. in the dance flick clip I showed you is like the younger son of Damon, the one from this movie. He had a really, really fantastic TV show for a really long time with a bunch of other comedic actors. I forgot the fuck it was called, but like he's really fucking good in that. He's really funny, just like his father is, obviously. There's a couple of other There's a daughter that I know is also an actor, but she doesn't look like them almost at all, so it was completely unrecognizable. But yeah, their movies all the way back to I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. Have you seen that movie?
I have not.
It's incredible. It's a spoof of like 70s blaxploitation movies with a lot of actors from those movies.
I can believe that.
It is legit. So that's one directed by Keenan Ivory Wayans, and I've
heard of it, but I've never seen it. I know the biggest one of the biggest like spoof on blaxploitations I've seen was Black Dynamite.
Black Dynamite's fucking fantastic. Yeah,
that was good. I'm pretty sure I own that one.
Yeah, you should. It's great. And the TV show, the animated TV show on Adult Swim is also fucking incredible. But yeah, I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. Great. What's it called? Great White Dope or Great White Hope, I believe. It's very funny. It's a boxing movie making fun of like the white boxer, the Rocky, and the other movies of that time period, which is like finally a white guy can beat a black person in a sport, and so the whole movie's about that. It's very fucking funny. It's very, very hilarious. The movie like itself is very goofy. But yeah, most of the stuff is spoofs. Don't Be a Menace and South Central is obviously a spoof of a lot of hood movies that I would have they're the really fucking good amount of those. Don't Be a Menace and stuff like that. Obviously, everything in the title.
Did they do the black? They did the Blackening recently, didn't they?
They did not do the Blackening. No.
Okay.
I don't believe there was even any Waynes in the Blackening. But that wasn't even a spoof. That's pretty much just a comedic horror movie. It wasn't a spoof. It was a
spoof.
I would say it's a comedic horror movie more than it was a spoof. I don't think it was like spoofing anything. It was pretty straightforward.
I mean, it definitely fell in that.
I mean, a satire maybe like Scream.
I'd say more. I guess I'd say a satire because it's on the like.
It's comedic, but
it's comedic and it's also over the top.
Yeah,
but it's like
It's still like a normal world, unlike Scary Movie, which is fucking incredible and straight up just goofs and riffs and comedic parody shit.
And honestly, too, like outside, like 2 and 3 are okay. A Scary Movie. 3 and 4 are just 2, I know people love. 2,
I love 2 more than 1 myself.
See, I like 1. I think because to me it feels more. I don't know. It hits better, and I think it's a little more focused.
It's more concise and also the movies that the second one are spoofing are a little bit more weird than the just slasher one, which is the first one is spoofing.
So, like I know, like it definitely has like. I mean, I like 2, but I think also I haven't seen it enough. But I think 1 had a lot of that.
Also, Tim Curry. How can you not like 2?
Who is he in that?
Tim Curry's the main guy who brings all this. He's the teacher, professor, pervert who's like bringing all the students together. Tim Curry's like he's like one of the main people. It's been a while. Tyler, I remember. And David Cross is in the chair being like.
I remember.
Hilarious.
I remember. I'm sorry, David Cross. I remember what's his name? I think it was a Riff Raff reference, but the guy with the little hand.
Yeah.
That actor is always in.
From It's Always Sunny About Mary. What the fuck? There's something about Mary.
I've never seen that movie. Believe it or not.
Oh my god. So many movies on the list.
There's a lot of.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, we forgot to do fucking old business. Have you watched any of the movies on your list from the Fantastic Monsters of the Dinosaurs of the movies?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure the answer is no.
Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, scary movies are all
nope. And then there's more. I had to go to the second page. I don't even remember. Fucking hell. There's a lot. There's a lot of my notes there.
Yeah.
Though, also to be fair, that was, 7 hours of recording time?
Yeah, of course. Over the course of, I think, 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yes, it was 2 different recordings.
Yeah, 2 different 7-hour ass recordings. Insane. But yeah, fucking, their Scary Movie, fucking great. I like that. I like 2 more than 1 personally.
But they're both good.
But they're both fantastic. And then what happened? Well, I mean, Scary Movie was a huge deal because it was the highest grossing film by a black director for the time, until a little movie that's relevant to today called Fantastic Four, 2005's Fantastic Four.
Oh,
the shitty one.
Wait, 2005?
2005, yeah. 2005's Fantastic Four had a black director, and that beat Scary Movie for highest black directed movie. It's so random. Is there a black person in that movie? The first one? No, there's not. I just watched it recently for the new Fantastic Four by Marvel.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, wait a minute, there's no one.
There's not a single black person in that movie, which is bizarre as shit.
Because I know the remake had Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, as Human Torch, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, weird as shit, watching that movie, that 2005 movie, like I said, I watched it recently for the new Fantastic Four. Kevin Feige is in the fucking producer credits for that movie. That is so bizarre.
That was before they got the rights.
It's 3 years before
Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, but he was already producing Marvel content, I guess.
Huh.
Which is very bizarre. Very weird.
I will say, like, that those 2 films were obviously over the top and goofy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, there was a bit of fun camp to them.
They were very campy, yes.
I think that those films they fit the time. Like, I get, like, they were made after Iron Man. They are definitely a lot worse. But pre-Iron Man, they definitely feel like they fit.
They fit goofy shit like Daredevil and
Spider-Man.
Raimi's Spider-Man and, Blade, goofy ass.
Which, I feel like we don't talk about the fact that Raimi's Spider-Man is what it is.
There's a whole long-ass back history about that movie as well. Like, the history of it and stuff. It's very cool and interesting.
Like, that's one of those films I feel like eventually we got to do just to get into the Raimi of it all.
We'd have to do
the Marvel.
One. We have to do we have to do 3 because it's
of course.
Yeah, because it's dumb as shit.
But I mean, it was interesting when I watched Multiverse of Madness, to see, like, you could see the Sam Raimi.
Oh yeah.
In that film, and I feel like if I were to take that, like, mindset and go back and watch 1, 2, and 3 Spider-Man, I'd see it. Especially, which I probably mentioned on the podcast, but when we saw the remake of Evil Dead, and, like, we saw the midnight screening at the Macedonia Regal, which apparently, by the way, opened up as under a new company. It's like it's the same place there. So, like, right there at the 271-8 split, it's no longer a Regal. It's like I don't even know what it's called now, but it's a different company. But yeah, we went and saw it there, and I made the wrong turn on 1 o'clock in the morning, and we went down like a bunch of back businesses to a dead end. It's like, oh hey, we just watched Evil Dead, and now we're gonna die in the woods.
Evil Forest. Yeah, it was fucking But Raimi's Spider-Man would be a very interesting thing for the show at some point. But there's just so many superhero things we could and potentially watch, whatever the fuck. But besides potential whatevers, Scary Movie, first 2 fantastic. Second 2, different director, different writers. Guess what? All white. And the movie is suddenly...
I will say... I will give credit to 4.
There's a couple of good bits, but, like...
Well, apparently ridiculous. The bathroom set from 4 was actually used in real life Saw.
Yeah, very funny.
I feel like that's funnier than the majority of that movie.
Dr. Phil and Shaquille O'Neal in there still.
Yeah, that was 4 because that was the War of the Worlds parody. 3 was the Signs parody.
Which one was the one with the ring? Is that 4?
That was...
Where Brenda came back to be...
Yes.
Yeah, 4? Okay.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that was... Okay, you pointing out that was a white director and writer. Yeah, that makes sense. Because Brenda's character, especially in those last 2...
Oh, yeah.
Really rough.
Yeah.
Really rough. And, like, I mean, that was literally just black woman stereotype. Like, the over-the-top. Like... And it's definitely, too, I feel like when you write spoof films like that, writing it, like, if I were to try to write a spoof of, like, a black man, it would definitely come off a lot worse and terrible. Like, even if I were to consult with you, my writing of it would be worse because I'm not living and experiencing it.
Yeah, kind of like this movie we watched.
That's a fair statement.
Yep.
Fair statement.
But yeah, after they gave up those two, then that's when the White Chicks era was awful. Dance Flick, I showed him a clip of one of the characters who's going to be relevant to another discussion we have in a bit. But Dance Flick was a spoof of like Save the Last Dance, Step Up, Stomp the Yard.
Yeah.
Like one of the clips I fast forwarded over was him like talking to the girl who I think is like her name's like Mary White or something like that, very silly. But like yeah, it's like a spoof of Save the Last Dance for the most part. It's like a dance competition.
I did notice the hairspray.
Yeah.
Reference there in that one scene.
It's very funny. And there's like it's not very funny. I'll say it's an all right gentleman's 6 out of 10.
They didn't do a superhero movie, did they?
No. But I'll say that movie is surprisingly pretty funny.
Yes, and I think part of it too is
legit pretty good. I think.
Like again, take Drake Bell's pass out of it. He did good. I was surprised to see how many actors in it.
Leslie Nielsen's fantastic.
Leslie Nielsen's stole
hilarious.
That.
Of course, yes.
One of the best.
They've always
scenes.
let him riff. I'm sure he probably didn't write any of his lines. Let him do what he wanted.
Like him taking the nail gun and shooting Drake Bell.
Like I guess good reflexes, huh?
This is not working. And he shoots Kevin Hart. It's like, nope, it works.
Yeah, that's right.
I was like, with great power comes bitches.
That movie is very fucking awesome.
That would be
it's surprisingly funny. Yes.
Like listening back, I'm at the point where we went into Freddy vs. Jason because we needed a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Like superhero film is ironically a film I would say we'd do if we had like a string of both of us were like you were tortured and I was tortured and then you were tortured and we were both tortured.
Yeah.
So I guess looking at our list,
I mean, as of right now, probably possibility.
Well, I guess to be fair, the last one we did
that was all right.
That was our palate cleanser.
Yeah. Because it was bizarre and weird. After another bizarre and weird.
Our party with the Victorious wasn't terrible.
No.
Like there was more things around it that was terrible than the film itself.
We'll get to the rankings and how we feel about the current state of the podcast list when we get to the end of the episode. But because I have a lot to say about this fucking piece of shit. What was it? Oh yeah, White Chicks. And did you see Little Man?
I did. I don't like that. It's bad. It's so rough.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's terrible and embarrassing.
I mean, to be fair, I guess that they at least use CG, so it's a little better than
sometimes. I don't think
Tiptoes.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, at least Marlon Wayans wasn't on his knees with shoes on it.
Which again, listening back to Terror of Tiny Town, Chris not knowing about Tiny Tiptoes was hysterical.
Yeah, absolutely fucking hilarious.
We need to bring friend of podcast Chris Bowe back.
Yeah, I would love to.
He was on a lot of our early episodes.
He was on a shit. Oh, hey, he was on like a shit ton of movie garbage or Action Toon Bros as well because he was living with Ben at the time. So yeah, ton of episodes there.
We really subjected him to a lot of shit, didn't we?
Hey, it's fun. I was just yelling at these are all out of order and air insanely far apart, but. I was just yelling at Ben the other day about how he doesn't watch like good normal movies, and then how we haven't done a special in a long time. So that's why we're planning to do a special soon. But
which I will say, to be fair, listen, it's a good movie, so we would never do it on this podcast. But Action Toon Bros doing movies is stuff.
We haven't had a special in like 2 or 3 years.
Last time you guys did a special, y'all made me angry.
That one, no, I don't think Star Wars was our last special.
What other movie did you guys do then?
We did Pixar's Onward, a movie that nobody remembers exists.
I did not know you guys did that movie.
Yeah, we did that.
I need to hear that, so I'll get
a good episode
for that one too.
Did you watch the movie?
Yes,
yeah, it was
genuinely think that film is vastly underrated.
It's very underrated. We both really enjoyed it. But there was another special. We made Chris watch Berserk. That was a special that we did 2 episodes.
I know one of our episodes, Chris had seen Freddy Got Fingered at that point.
Yeah.
And he vaguely referenced it.
Yeah?
We need to kidnap
soon.
And I know where he's at. I know where he lives now.
Soon. We got to figure it out.
We're going to kidnap him. We're going to tie him to this couch. And we're going to make him rewatch this fantastic,
most
perfect
wonderful
film.
Movie ever.
And we're then going to record all of his loving praise for a film that has been unmatched. Mm-hmm. Through all these episodes.
Of course. It's literally been sitting at the other podcast called Versus Wolves with the YouTube channel Woolly Versus and Super Eye Patch Wolf have a united podcast they do called Versus Wolves where they challenge one another to watch or do some kind of activity or some kind of movie, and every week they come back and talk about how they did it. One will recommend a show, another one will recommend going to a boxing gym and starting practicing boxing. They're all kinds of really funny stuff. But like they also rank every single activity that they do and every book that they read, or all in one big long list. And like one thing's been sitting at the top is like they call it like the throne of heaven. Like literally nothing beats that one thing because it's been so perfect. So they just like say, okay, we've been doing this show for like multiple weeks now. Nothing's replaced it, so let's just fucking take that off the list. It's number one, throne of heaven. Nothing's gonna replace that number one. Now the actual list starts to below that. that's where Freddy Got Finger's been since episode 1. Unfortunately, fortunately and unfortunately, yes, Freddy Got Fingered is at the throne of heaven. But we'll talk about rankings at the end because there's a lot to talk about.
Yes.
Oh yeah, there was in the maybe teens, maybe 2020, I think, the haunted house movies. It's a spoof. It's a new spoof by the Wayans brothers, starring Marlon Wayans.
I feel like I've heard of them, but I never watched them. I will
say, like Dance Flick, it is a gentleman's 6 out of 10. It's all right. There's a lot of unfunny shit. I don't think it's written by the same team that does their scary movies, but like it's a little bit more Wayans funny. There's just 2 of them. I watched one of them, and I was just like, all right. And I was going to watch the second one, but I really didn't feel like it. So, and that was like a year ago, probably. But yeah, the reason I was originally pissed that you picked this movie, Ed, beyond knowing how problematic and annoying and offensive I find it personally, was that there were a number, again, shouting out Prim's Hood Cinema, on Prim's Hood Cinema YouTube channel, there were so many hilariously shitty or ineptly made or bad 90s and early aughts hood movies or black movies that I would love to have done. But given how I want to do this podcast and separate the genres of more than we have, because like, if we do a horror movie, we're not going to do a horror movie anytime soon. We do a superhero movie. I try to avoid superhero movies for a while. And so, like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do one of those shitty, hilariously bad hood movies for a bit.
I mean,
there's so many of them that I would have loved to have done.
Because is this really a hood movie?
I mean, it's half trying to be a badly one. Have you seen How High?
I've not.
Okay, you've seen Stomp the Yard.
I can't say I've
it's one of those,
seen it.
It's a shitty...
I know of
it's
those
It's
films.
a shitty knockoff You Got Served.
I've heard of all those films, but I've never really sat and watched them.
I remember Drumline's pretty great.
Drumline?
Pretty enjoyable. But
I like Drumline.
Yeah, I liked it too, but then I started watching things like, oh yeah, that was very early odds, silly goofiness. Hustle and Flow.
Never seen that one.
Okay, that movie's very funny premise. ATL with T.I.'s terrible acting ass. We talked about it on the podcast before from... What's it called?
I can't... Wait, which film?
ATL is called. It's starring T.I. and Big Boy from Outkast.
I haven't seen those.
It's pretty fucking shitty. It's shitty and it's hilarious and how bad it is.
I just want to talk about Drumline now because I actually really like
it. Yeah, Drumline's fucking rules. Actually, I'll say it's more goofy than you remember because it was obviously anything in the past. So it was anything that's trying to be like either funny or like cool. And later when you watch it, you're like, oh boy, that's pretty fucking funny and silly. It says some good shit though, but like of course, Drumline.
Which I'm all right. I gotta get into
Drumline. This is Drumline podcast now.
Yes. So
as we were both in the band,
I'm always annoyed at the very end because so obviously you're at the competition and they bring out that rapper for the one rival band.
Yeah, it's Peter Pablo's in the...
Yeah, it was Peter Pablo.
I watched Pim's
I was really annoyed because I'm like, A, the band is barely doing anything.
Yeah.
And B, if we're starting to take that into account, all you're doing is making this a competition of who has the best money to get the biggest recording artist. Also, maybe this is controversial. I didn't think that song was that good that he was doing with the band.
He wasn't that good. But I will say that their performance, watching that clip, I think their performance was much like... The size of the band, the organization of the band, their outfits, even the dumb, bad Petey Pablo, probably illegal in the contest singing, their performance I still think was better than the actual drumline than Nick Cannon's team, I think.
See, I thought Nick Cannon's team was much better, and I was like, and also too, theirs was a marching band performance, whereas the other bands, like with Petey Pablo, that was not a marching band performance. That was just a bunch of people standing around, maybe occasionally playing music while someone sang. Well, that pissed me off. Yeah. This is a marching band competition, not an orchestra competition. This isn't a performance competition. This is marching band is more than just playing. It is. I mean, think about as we are Ohioans, and I'm sure there are people from Michigan who are gonna hate on us for that. But Ohio State, their marching band being the best damn band in the land, the amount of things that you see outside of Ohio State, even when people marching bands in college putting on these their music, awesome. But then you get to see the people. I mean, I've seen the moonwalk. I've seen a Mario marching band show.
Yeah.
It is incredible. That is a marching band performance. And a marching band performance is more than just the music and even if you were allowing lyrics and shit. No. I want to see a marching band. Not a standing band. Whatever. Not a dancing band. A marching band.
Hey man, they had fireworks. That was pretty cool. Oh, I got some kind of annoying alert. Anyway, they had fireworks and that's pretty cool. Petey Pablo, great. But no, Drumline's a very goofy movie. I would love to probably do it someday, but not anytime soon.
That would be...
Did you see Tales from the Hood? I assume you watched either the Dead Meat episode on it or possibly or something like that.
I can't remember if I have or not.
Tales from the Hood terrified the fucking shit out of me as a kid. This probably was responsible for the most nightmares I've had as a kid. And watching it now, it is the corniest piece of shit ever. But goddamn, that fucking shit terrified the shit out of me. Fucking the creepy ass fucking caretaker, the fucking little dolls that came out of the painting. That shit fucking gave my ass a fucking heart attack. It was so goddamn scary. And watching it now as an adult is fucking goofy as shit, dumb looking.
Another film I can't say I've watched.
I mean, I would say, like, yeah, I believe, besides Primus and Cinema coverage of it, there's also a kill count for it. But I would say one? It's not old. No, it's probably like only probably a couple years ago. But I would say probably try to watch the movie itself. Like, I watched that shit way too goddamn young, and it fucking terrified my ass. And then another hilariously shitty one. What the hell is that idiot? There's some fucking shithead rapper that made a music video. But the other movie, Juice, starring Tupac, is actually a pretty weird, goofy movie. That's
another one I've heard of.
It's like an action movie. Not actually, it's like a robbery movie that like turns into like a weird thriller. But like he had actually a shit ton of movies. He was definitely like moving over from that.
I remember he did.
He was in a bunch of movies. Like I was surprised.
I was thinking 50 Cent made like video games.
Yeah.
I remember Yahtzee did one of his games.
50 Cent, Bullet
Blood
Crew.
in the Sand.
Yeah, Blood in the Sand was the second one, where he and a bunch of people go to Iraq and find a magic skull. The first one was just like a random movie where he's like flying around shooting everybody, and like it's a very funny bad action movie from the cover shooters from the aughts from the Xbox 360 era.
Speaking of video games, like ironically, a game that I think, and I don't know the team behind it or whatever, but I feel like Saints Row, that is a weird series, and obviously where it's gone has been crazy. Yeah. And also too,
did you play the remake at all?
I have not, but I remember seeing the actor for Johnny Gat was it Michael Day Kim? Was that or
probably he's in everything?
It was Johnny Gat. I was like, holy shit! But also too, like I remember Saints Row 2, and that game to me is still one of the better. Like that is probably a game that even if I have not played it, I don't think I even beat it. That is a game I still think is in the top 10 because that is a game that blends like.
Yeah, it is Daniel Day Kim.
Okay,
cool.
Yeah,
he does this in every goddamn thing.
But like, he was Johnny Gat, which I mean, this is also too like Saints Row. Like looking back and learning that Saints Row the original was just like GTA but at home, and then Saints Row 2 is what it is. Like that is a game that. Like, yeah, it went super crazy, and 3 was fun as it is, but 2 is a surprising game because it is a game that is hysterical as fuck, but there are moments I remember that are like, there is no humor in this.
There's
like,
a couple really good, serious moments.
Specifically, I remember there's one of the gangs, you kill their entitled son leader by burying him alive after he kills, I think, Johnny Gat's girlfriend.
Yeah.
And, like, you bury him and you hear him screaming, and you and your character, however you're fucking dressed, and Johnny Gat are standing there. And you could be dressed in the most insane outfits, whatever. But, like, that goofy-looking character and Johnny Gat standing over a grave, like a grave as being, whatever, hearing someone muffled screaming in terror. Yeah. That is dark. Yeah. That is a game that, like...
It's really fun. The tone is very, very fucking cool, I think, yeah.
It's such a, and it's, we talked about it in some of our episodes, like, juxtaposition like that is so important to certain films, to video games, because, like, that moment stands out to me, but I also remember all the fun. I remember literally taking a sewage truck and spraying down shit. Yeah. I remember throwing people in front of trains as a bodyguard or whatever. Yeah. Like, I remember all these goofy, silly, ragdoll moments, and I remember this serious moment, and, like, and I only connected to this because, like, that is a game that did kind of present, like, the gang intercity violence.
Yeah, Saints Row reference like a Saints the gang,
which obviously has for better and or worse, obviously like a black narrative. Well, I say that weirdly. But you get what I'm saying. Yeah. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. But 3 was very, very fun. 4 was the one where it got like weird like superhero VR weirdness. But it was also still pretty a fun game. The remake that came out a couple of years ago that definitely flopped immediately and was like very negatively received. I thought it was alright. It was mid, a little like not as funny as the other, but it was like trying to be kind of serious, and it was alright.
That's
it was free on PSN for a while. That's the only reason I got it.
It's always a weird thing. As I always say, like there's bad films that take themselves seriously are better than good films that try to be fake. Yeah. Like you can't fake bad. You cannot fake being terrible. Yeah. It is the genuineness of these films.
Yeah, it'll be genuine, and even if you end up camp, it can still be fucking great and fun and enjoyable. So that's the black part for the most part. One last thing. Ed, do you know who Suge Knight is?
The name I recognize. I know I recognize the name, and I'm sure if you tell me, I'll recognize something about them, but I couldn't tell you specifically about them at this very second.
Alright, Suge Knight was the CEO of Death Row Records. He was a notorious fucking nightmare boogeyman, Vince McMahon of music ass fucking nightmare figure who every single hip-hop person was fucking terrified of in the aughts in the 90s. You will hear horror stories from Snoop Dogg. You'll hear horror stories from Method Man, Ice Cube.
Was Suge Knight he's the one who artist before?
No, he was not. He was just the CEO of Death Row Records. He was the one who notoriously hung Vanilla Ice over the side of a building by his feet and threatened to drop him off. He's had like live weapons and like attack dogs during meetings with people to try to terrify them. He was if you've ever played any of the Def Jam Fight for New York games. With all the rappers in it?
I never played in Def Jam.
Okay, it's a pretty fun wrestling type game from the aughts in the 90s. Or not, definitely the 2000s. With all the rappers and stuff, like the actual rappers in it. The Def Jam series. The main villain, I know
the name
Def Jam. The main villain, D-Mob, is a fucking, like, not even parody, just direct fucking Suge Knight reference.
It is Suge Knight without calling him Suge Knight.
Voiced by fucking Kratos and fucking Teal'c from fucking Stargate himself. Fucking awesome ass dude. He fucking is just a terrifying figure. And the fucking also, what was it? The besides D-Mob, there's also what the fuck was his name? The bit I showed you, Sugar Bear, was also another reference to that guy. Whenever you see like evil record producer threatening to kill people in a movie, that is a reference to Suge Knight. Like that is always him.
So like, and I recognize the name and parts of this. I feel like I recognize part of it.
Yeah, people have referenced him. Like he was in competition with Dr. Dre's. He was obviously you can tell from that and from D-Mob, but he's like a big, like my size but not fat, like my size but like actually fit and actually did gang shit when he was a kid and still does gang shit even though he's a very wealthy adult man.
Also,
still act very stupid.
Also, I'm gonna say real quick, like you now and you versus like high school, massively different, and that's not a dig. Like you are like. You look like you could be on a football, and I'm not saying this. Whatever. You legitimately look like someone who could be on a defensive line. Like you're big, but you're like you look agile. Like
I appreciate
that. And I mean this genuinely. Like I'm not just saying this because it's on recording here. Yeah. But like no, like I remember it always scared me back in the day. I joked when I took your Pop-Tart and you chased me down the halls. You look like a freight train, but like you moved a hell fast. Yeah. But like nowadays. You would have caught up with that with me moving at my speed.
Old, my back hurts now.
You would have caught up with me. You look genuinely like fit. So I hope
I appreciate that. Yeah.
So,
but yeah, it's fucking Suge Knight was a huge, terrifying man. Been in jail for the past couple of decades, I believe. but like,
I'm assuming that was a reference to him in this. Then.
Yeah. Tubby, the guy in this, was definitely a reference. Another what was it? Tubby Felds or whatever. I was naming down later.
I wrote Tubby Felds as well, but it was Tubby
Felds is Marci's last name. His name is like Tubby something else. I haven't written down.
It started with an F though.
Yeah.
Fieldman, maybe?
Tubby Fenders.
Fenders,
okay. Yeah, Tubby Fenders is also referenced.
I did the same thing. I'm like, should Tubby Feld? No, that's not Feld. But what is it? It starts with an F. I don't care.
Yeah, but yeah, like 50 Cent, all kinds of people knew him. But he was in a contention with Dr. Dre. And so you hear a lot of like Dr. Dre, Eminem, like people like talking shit on him in their music in the aughts and 90s and stuff, back when he was a figure that was actually around and doing shit. But yeah, he was just a huge, giant, awful piece of shit that everyone was scared of. And like, if he was around, people wouldn't fucking have it. Jamie Foxx has a funny story about like where like, he was throwing a party and a bunch of like regular, normal actors were there, along with people like Snoop Dogg and stuff. Suge Knight showed up outside and like Snoop Dogg was like, you're not gonna let him in, right? He's like, no, of course not. He's like, okay, yeah. It's just like
shit.
Yeah, he was a fucking terrifying ass dude. But yeah, the Tubby guys. But he's been the reference. If you like follow shit, like a lot of like hip hop shit, you'll definitely have heard the name before. Also, for obviously number one fucking thing, he's one of the top people that's like pseudo possibly implicated in the fucking situation with Biggie and Tupac's both of their deaths. And Diddy's shit as well. He's definitely tied directly to Diddy's shit.
Well, I mean, that also didn't go as we all thought it went.
Yeah, I mean, at the time of this recording, it did not go as it should have gone. But like, he's also in that fucking group of fucking people in that kind of related those horror stories of those people.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, Suge Knight is a huge figure, literally and metaphysically. But like, yeah, I just want to reference that character because it's so funny that they have a little weird pseudo reference to him, even though this shitty movie written by white people. Speaking of this shitty movie written and directed by white people, Ed, now it's time to finally get to the actual episode. Marci X. Big hunk of shit. I'm gonna let you lead this one.
All right. So I'm gonna start off with something that pissed me off a little bit throughout comparing them. First off, the trailer. Actually, I will say because we talked about trailers in our last episode.
Yeah.
Trailer was actually pretty damn good. It gave away enough, but not too much. But also in the trailer and throughout the entire movie, there's one thing that I'm really annoyed by. So, which Wayans is it again? Who stars in this?
This is Damon Wayans.
Damon Wayans. So Damon Wayans' character is referred to as Dr. S.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire movie.
Bruh.
Yes, exactly, bruh. But spelled Dr. D-R and then money sign.
Yeah.
How did that... That is the whitest part of this movie.
S is so fucking stupid. They refer to that as an S.
Like... And it is
not
a dollar sign.
Not money, not bling, not like
Dollar?
ching, not anything.
Dr. Dollar. Listen, Dr. Dollar is the most white person name I could think of, and they didn't even go with it.
Yeah, they went
that's
even
how
cornier.
white this was.
Yeah, they went even cornier some fucking how.
Yeah.
But if that's not fucking shitty enough, we got to listen to fucking Eat the Beef, Yummy Yum Yum, Eat the Beef, Gimme Some, Eat the Beef, Yummy Yum Yum, or whatever the fuck that fucking absolute piece of shit.
Eat the beat. Eat the beat.
I heard beef.
Eat the beat. Eat the beat. Eat the beat. Yeah. Eat the beat. Eat the beat.
I literally wrote down Eat the Beef because I don't know what the fuck the awful rap was. Yeah, fucking. Also, what the fuck does Eat the Beat mean? Also,
I don't know either. But
Eat the Beef is actually funny.
But,
my brain was releasing life-saving creativity at the fucking first minute of this movie.
Also, I was noticing that like because they had like a montage of his like footage, his face
literally footage,
all
like a
over
bunch
New
of
York.
JPEGs and just images and like
They have him show off his grills so much.
Yeah, it's
right?
not even a grill. I'm pretty sure it's just like one tooth like is gold, or like a couple of teeth in the front are gold.
Yeah,
like, it's not even a grill because they don't know. Those movies too much to even know what a grill is in 2000 fucking.
Whatever he has got on his teeth.
Yeah,
they show it off. Tooth. Like it's like 2 photos show it off, maybe 1 doesn't.
Yeah,
and then the next 3 do.
And then we have some comedically, offensively shitty lighting in a music video later on that's pointing it out again for no reason. Just like the shittiest fucking flashlight into someone's face ass lighting. Fucking cheap, shitty ass movie. Alright, yeah. So yeah, we listen to Eat the Beat or Beef for like fucking 20 goddamn minutes of credits because this movie is like has nothing going on.
And it's somehow surprisingly, despite being a 20-aughts film, has the 1990s thing where they have all like the actors and all the credits at the beginning of the film.
Yeah,
remember when that was a thing?
Yeah, my dad came and watched like for like 10 seconds. And he was like, is this from the fucking 80s? And I was just like, no, Dad's from 2003, not 2033. And I was like, no, this piece of shit is from 2003. Can you believe it?
Right? Like, that.
It's
how
that
is this?
shitty looking.
Like, listen, because Sam Raimi's Spider-Man did the same thing, where, like, the opening credits had everyone.
Goofiness.
But also, Sam Raimi came up from the 1980s.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. This is like if J.J. Abrams did that at the beginning of Star Wars, Episode 9.
Yeah.
Rise of the Shit.
Yeah. It's that shitty. It's, it goes on for way too long, but it's just padding because the movie has nothing to fucking do for 70 minutes, or whatever the fuck long it is.
This film is also a lot longer than I thought it was going to be.
It was only like an hour, like fucking...
It went on for a lot longer than I thought.
It felt twice as long because it's so fucking bad, yes.
I will give you that one. It definitely, somehow, despite moving so quick, was very sluggish.
Yeah, I mean, like, right now we're at an hour and 20 minutes almost. That's longer than the movie. We've already been talking about the random shit longer than the and it felt like only a quarter of the time, as opposed to that fucking piece of shit movie that would have been over by now.
And what pissed me off also too is like, so we get like after the opening scene, we go to the
American Jewish Federation.
And it's like this is supposed to be our character introducing Lisa Kudrow's Marci, whatever, and it did such a slapdash job about doing it.
No personality. She's not supposed to be funny, I suppose, but she's just like, she's the one joke about like, who needs Santa Claus? Am I right? To the Jewish people.
Yeah, it's like you're not funny.
No.
And also, like, I guess the only thing I could take from this is that like she was a true nepo baby because she was at this as the presenter presenting the award, multiple awards, to her father.
Yeah, the director. And the first of many cinema snobs I reference, he said, the only fucking award this idiot director will get for this fucking movie is I want to see him himself getting a fucking record from an award from Lisa Kudrow for this fucking piece of shit movie.
So I'm curious on your take on these. So the three friends of Marci, they have a lot of times where I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but they have also a lot of weird lines. They're like, she looks so great. It's Ultra Marci, Mega Marci, Full Marci.
Yeah.
Like, they have multiple moments of this.
I literally just referred to them as three idiot friends whenever they walk into a scene.
That is 1,000%.
Her three idiot friends come in and do something stupid. Her dad's getting some dumbass award, and then she's saying that she mentions her mom getting killed. But that was another, like, almost, it made me smile. Not a laugh, but it made me smile. Her mother got mauled to death by a leopard.
No, not just a leopard. A South African leopard.
Yeah.
Part of me was like, that's not coded.
Yeah. South Africa's the white part. That's the bad racist white part, so maybe. But what she was doing there, probably nothing good.
There's parts of this film I do think have aged well.
I mean,
maybe that did.
They aged into being funny in 2023, but they are not not funny in this context.
It's 2025.
I don't know what the fuck year anything is anymore. Okay, after fucking I party with Victoria's, I can't say fucking dates anymore. A dumbass fucking joke about heroin at the expenses. Right. She's talking about all the charities she has, and her 388 friends do the whole Mega Marci thing, and then they reference.
But does it keep the weight off?
Oh, does it keep the weight off? And her mother's dead, but she's wearing like leopard print outfit in the death. That's pretty funny.
That was pretty funny.
Not pretty funny. I mean, I smiled. Like I said, I didn't actually laugh, but it made me smile.
For me, I'm like they made the joke about her being killed by a leopard, and then she's wearing a leopard outfit.
Yeah.
That is like a peak comedy moment. I feel like
for that it was not like.
For this film, it's a peak comedy.
I was saying, it made me smile. I got a smile out of me, but it's one of the many few I have in this whole thing. But then suddenly, while she's in the middle of giving a presentation, talking about her mother's passing, her fucking idiot father leaves, and she's like, "Where did he go?"
He doesn't get to leave. He gets like escorted away by like multiple security members.
Yeah, by multiple people take him away. And then it's a cutscene of the news talking about Dr. S of Felony Assault Records.
Oh God! All right.
Yeah. He is the record company owned by the father, Benfeld, I guess. I used to refer to him as the director of the entire movie. So he owns the record company. He didn't even know he owned it. And he has a controversial new single, and this is when we meet Christine Baranski's character, Senator Spinkle.
I thought it was like Sprinkle.
Yeah.
So much.
It almost looks like Sprinkle, but with missing the R's. It's really weird. Yeah, Senator Spinkle wants to boycott all Feldco products.
This is also insane.
And this is when they fucking name the actual songs on the fucking thing.
Did you write them down?
I wrote a couple of them. Yeah,
I wrote them all down.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to read them all.
Well, we'll alternate. Actually, I only have the first 3 written down, so
I'll let you read those 3, and I'll read the last 4.
All right, the first one I have is Shoot the Teacher. I am the king of your mouth. You my special bitch.
I love you because I'm high. 6 grades are plenty.
Yep.
It ate my baby because I don't like you. Which, that is how it is. I made sure to pull back and pause. It ate my baby because I don't like you.
Yes.
And, of course, the titular, the power in my pants.
Yep. Written by a white man, this movie, in case you forgot.
It is very white.
Also, they say boycott all
there was a good line, though, before this. She goes, I won't quote the lyrics because as a Christian, I cannot pronounce some of the words. That's a fun... I feel like there are some lines that she said that had to have been improvised.
I think she's doing it.
Because that line, and there's another line later on that I'm like, this cannot be written. This had to have been an improv line. I feel like.
Yeah, she's a professional, making gold painted poop out of this regular colored poop. Then the director has a heart attack. Kristen Bell, like I said, Kristen Bell is one of my favorite actresses.
Because she's blaming. So this is one of the biggest problems of this film, by the way. Yeah. Like, whatever you might think, good or bad, the biggest problem is she's like, I don't blame the artist, I blame the CEO. Yeah. Because it's like, on one hand, I mean, yes, but also this is like you're blaming somebody who clearly has such this is like blame, obviously you can blame Nestle, but Nestle's owned by 4 different companies nowadays. That's like blaming the 4th CEO, the owner of the 4th CEO company that owns half of all of these companies for something that Nestle is doing. It's like, technically you're not wrong, but why are you blaming the CEO 5 times removed?
I mean, honestly, the only reason that, just we'll see it in a much later scene, it's just so the movie isn't overtly directly having this person be racist to him, but just an imaginary world where white people are held responsible for the things that they did in this fantastical magical world where these right wing people blaming people for things are gonna for some reason blame the white person in this the chain of responsibility.
Don't forget later on where the cops show up.
That's what I'm referring to.
Only arrest the white person.
That's what I'm referring to. Yeah, they believe the Latino woman in the black club who's with the black person. They arrest a white woman. Yeah, right.
Also, she straight up is like, we're gonna hang him. Yeah. I'm like, I get she's being
I feel hyperbolic. It probably at one point, but this movie might have been more racially charged, but then they just made it more shitty because the white director realized, well, I can't do that. I can't be that bad. I'm obviously doing something terrible here. By making this movie, I'm doing something terrible and offensive. Let me step it back one notch. Let me put myself in the movie.
One slight notch. But that director, knowing that he's the director, makes the next scene when he's in the hospital and is like, I wish I had a son so I could have someone take charge.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
I mean, that's a misogynist moment out of nowhere.
It's so random, and it's the character didn't seem weirdly an ass. Obviously he can't act, so he's not having any lines, but he's not a character, and just like Marci's barely a fucking character. Yeah, next during the news, we see the fake Suge Knight manager, Tubby Fenders, won't apologize for the record, and then he talks about how he's wrongly convicted and being in jail, which I guess is supposed to be a joke because he does deserve to be in jail, which is just a weirdly offensive and shitty in its own way as well. The director also, is a dick to Marci in the fucking
he straight up is also talking about Tubby for a second, felony assault records.
Yeah.
I get, maybe this
like I said, Suge Knight's had death row. And then, that's what it's obviously referenced.
But this is
they're obviously spoofing it in a shitty way because it's
that's
white people director and white people actor.
Listen, white people are the worst. I will say that. I mean it. We are the worst. But, come on. We gotta do better than this, white people.
Felony assault
records.
Yeah, and he's in jail still giving it's just ridiculous.
Even if you're trying to do a Suge Knight reference, there's such a better way of making a good joke about that name.
This movie's not funny when it's not funny in most of the parts.
It's funny when it's not trying to be, and it's not when it's trying to be.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is trying to be a comedy for the most part.
That is true. Sucks. So, this is another part that pisses me off. So, Spinkle is somehow taking the director's character, the CEO of like how many things they said like
Feldco. They have movies and TV shows and
DVDs
movies and TV shows,
music, everything.
Yeah, they didn't even know he owned this.
Taking him to trial. That I don't care what you think. This would never happen.
No.
Not even in 2025.
Yeah.
Would the government take us? First off, would they take a CEO on trial?
Of course not.
Please.
Never.
A Republican senator? She straight up calls herself a right.
Yeah.
She calls herself right wing. So this is a right wing person taking a CEO on trial. Seriously, never.
Never. No.
But also, there is no court or anything that would let this go. Because straight up, there's one thing about the whole moral panic of this. She is straight up calling for someone to be prosecuted for speech. This is the definition of the government making laws restricting speech.
Yeah, it's insanely stupid.
There's one thing. She's not even calling for legislation on like they need to be like pulled back or like hard rated differently. She's straight up like they need to be imprisoned for this speech, which is again, even in 2025, in the middle of 2025, so we're not even a full year through of this all, no one has been prosecuted for speech like this.
No.
That also happened in 2003.
Yeah. Also, like I said, not the rapper, not the writer who does the fucking writing, not the company. Not felony assault. All
not
presumably black. Yeah, it's all black owned. But I think it's just so this ridiculous situation will be a white person's problem as opposed to a black person's problem, because in the movie would, like I said, more overtly take over a different tone. So it's the white people's problem, and that's why it's a goofy movie. That's why it's funny. That's why it's silly. Because if at any point you blamed any of the black artists or writers or owner of the fucking felony records who's already in jail, then the movie would have a much different tone than it does. Now it's just a goofy fucking silly white people thing. That's literally the why, and that's why it's so comedically unrealistic and stupid.
It is bad. And, like, this is where we get Marci going, like, you know, I'm going to take on the charge, but, like, how am I going to do it? And her friends, of course, talk her up.
Yeah.
Which...
The quick line about, I wish I had a son, random as shit.
Exactly. And, like, but the friends point out something that kind of just gets ignored after this. So she's the board of, like, she's, like, on the board of 3 different museums. Yeah. That she's, all right, this is the one that gets me. She's a guest editor for multiple high-powered magazines. Like, yes, you know, guest editor, they don't just I guarantee
that means presumably her dad owns them or something, probably at some level.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Which, at that point, that's even more insane. But even then, she's still a guest editor. And, the fact that she's been allowed, multiple high-powered magazines, been able to guest edit. Editing is a lot different than writing.
Yeah.
I can't edit. I can write, but I can't fucking edit. Mm-hmm. So, that right there is its own, no, you are actually... And then also point out, too, it's you've already 7 or 8 digit figures for, multiple different charities.
Yeah.
And I think that's where this whole opening really fails, because, Marci is actually capable. Honestly, throughout this entire film, there's a lot of, white people can do anything in this. But, she's able to literally do a lot of things. And, why does she have so little self-esteem when she's literally ahead of, multiple things?
Yeah.
She is not, nothing.
Because they couldn't bother writing a personality for her beyond White Lady. That's literally it. The idiot writer is probably also, for the time, sexist as well as racist, obviously. Probably just didn't give her... I've brought it up 1,000 times. I've mixed feelings on Red Letter Media myself, and their opinions on things. But the Phantom Menace episode where they go around and ask people, describe any fucking character in this movie without saying what they look like or their profession. And, the Marci has no fucking personality whatsoever besides White Lady. She's not stuck up. She's not, racist. She's not fucking aggro or aggressive. She's not fucking passive. She's just a weird blank character.
Rich white lady.
Yeah, she's a rich white lady. Which is what she is and what she looks like. Yeah, let's see, beyond that, there's no describing this character because she's not a fucking character.
Yeah.
She just is a fucking blank, nothing, boring character. Played by an actress who can play almost anything. This non-character fucking person who sucks.
I want to shout out myself here, because I don't know what I wrote this. I wrote word perfect.
Yeah, she's like, no, because at one point her 388 friends say, like, you love black people. I'm like, word up. When then
that's what it was.
Jamie Krakowski says, word perfect, which is, she always says the actual funny lines.
She does.
Yeah, I didn't laugh or even smile, but at least they gave her something to say. That was interesting.
I feel like, ironically, as you mentioned, like, Lisa
Kudrow.
I haven't been drinking this episode. Lisa Kudrow's character has nothing. I will say, I will give him credit. The three friends do have a more personality.
A slight amount, yes.
The three of them together have a personality dynamic that Lisa doesn't.
Yeah, they're sycophantic and stupid. Those are two more descriptions we can give than we can give anything to fucking Marci.
That is very true.
Yeah, they have something going on. They're actual describable characters.
Speaking of describable characters,
yeah, this is when we go to the Dr. S. This is probably the most like fucking innocuous, inoffensive song I think. Power in My Pants.
Oh my god, I literally said Power in the Pants. Isn't that insanely over-sexual? This, like, honestly, this is another point where, like, again, I say this as the white guy on the podcast. This is where the white writer fucked up. Because how fucking great would it be if at the end of the day, the fucking over-the-top right-wing senator was freaking out over lyrics she's never actually heard
or
that would have been a much better
properly? Joke. Yeah.
Because,
that happens all the time, yeah.
Power in My Pants is not fucking, like, it is nothing.
Yeah, compared to the other titles, which were just, like, very shitty, racist jokes about rap music titles, this one is innocuously nothing, and I don't know why they chose this one to focus on.
It's
so nothing.
Even at the dig, I have heard more overtly like violent and sexual songs in real life than this.
Yeah.
Which is supposed to be
like about offensive music or whatever.
And not just about offensive music. This is the final song that she put on, which means this is supposed to be the worst of them all.
Yeah.
I saved the worst for last, the Power in My Pants.
Yeah. Like none of the, like I said, it's just a shitty, like I said already, racist jokes about titles and rap music. As somebody who's like, I didn't even get to talk about actual like music I listened to or the music I listened to at this time period back in 2003. The Eminem Marshall Mathers LP released in 2000, I believe, might be my favorite rap album of all. My favorite rap album. My favorite album, period, is Marshall Mathers by Eminem. The second song, Kill You, probably is one of the most offensive lyrics I've ever fucking heard in my life.
Straight up about him killing his ex.
Oh no, that's Kim. Kim is the song where he's just like scream, not even singing, just like scream rhythm talking about fucking killing Kim and killing her spouse and the fucking kid that she has with the other. Like that song is insane. It's also a great song, but no, Kill You is the second song, and it opens with him like talking about doing all this horrible, graphic, and really the gross stuff to his mom or women, and it's just killing people. Kill You is fucking hilarious because it's such a comedically terrible, offensive song. It's just trying to be as offensive as possible. I know every single lyric to that song. If you put it on right now, I could sing it word for word from the top to the end. And I was 10 years old when I listened to that shit. But yeah, it's fucking, it's like that. That's like a normal, actually offensive song. But this shit, there's like a ton of songs that have like a random innocuous titles that almost don't mean anything. And that could have done anything. But Power in My Pants is so fucking stupid, juvenile.
So much. So.
Like, yeah, it's just, like I said, like the fuking shithead writers of this movie. Or writer of this movie.
And like, you know what's ironic too? You point out like Eminem. Because like, if you want to talk about like a literal like connection between like black culture and white, white like appropriation, Eminem is at that like center point.
Course, yeah.
I mean, literally, again, he to use a very popular phrase of mine, he is the Andy Dalton of that intersection.
He's the greatest of all. Like, what's it called? Now, even in like back when he released his new album in 2020, I believe it was. Like, you've had fucking grown ass, incredibly old now, like Snoop Dogg, fucking Dr. Dre, everyone. If you have any of them, they will say that like, yeah, Eminem is still one of the fucking best. Like that's why the fucking Kendrick and Drake beef or whatever people are talking about like that. Before that, Machine Gun Kelly tried to fucking start beef with Eminem, and fucking Eminem fucking beat that dude's ass out of fucking rap, and now he's doing like fucking pop music. Now, Machine Gun Kelly stopped rapping because he tried to like fucking start beefing it. Eminem just came out and destroyed him that thoroughly, and just Machine Gun Kelly like beep, 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 like fucking like a dog with a tail behind it, like ran out of fucking hip hop.
Well,
like,
hey, I'll say then that all the Michigan people somehow listening are gonna be happy because obviously Eminem famously from Detroit.
Yeah.
Machine Gun Kelly is Ohioan. I believe a Clevelander too, because
he was embarrassing.
Gene Kelly was at when Cleveland had the MLB All-Star game. Yeah. He was on Team Ohio, or I think Team Cleveland, because they had like Cleveland celebrities playing, and he was on our team.
Oh,
so,
yeah. And yeah,
ironically, that Detroit versus Cleveland is like obviously like in baseball it's a lot bigger. Yeah. I don't know how it is in basketball. But I know in football it's not we play each other a lot in the preseason, but they're in the NFC, we're in the AFC. Though ironically, back in the day, to talk about Detroit versus Cleveland here. Yeah. So
tangent within tangents. That's the whole podcast.
So Cleveland, when the Cleveland Browns first started, they were in the AAFC, and that was when Paul Brown literally, 1946 to 1949. They won every year. San Francisco 49ers, the only team actually to make, as well as the Browns, to leave the AAFC and be integrated into the NFL after the AAFC folded. Detroit was a superpower. So Detroit and Cleveland, like, it's talked about, I don't know how much it's talked about nowadays, but like, those were the two biggest teams in football, and they played each other a lot, and they were always tough games. And like that's where Detroit won all of its championships, and where Cleveland won all of its championships before the Super Bowl era of the AFL and NFL merger. So that's the fun football fact for you.
Hell yeah, football!
Football! Go Browns! Well, Mike.
Yeah. Obviously, that's awesome.
I literally was listening back to where I farted, and for like a full several minutes, I'm like, oh god, even I'm like, whatever. You're like, oh Jesus Christ, Ted, and like you can hear us spreading going apart. And I'm like, you're gonna edit this out, right? Or I think we were with Chris. Friend of podcast, Chris Bow, and he's like, "You're gonna edit this out, right?" I'm like, "Ha, Matt, edit out." Shit.
Yeah, only rarely and funny. Only when it's funny. Just like what the fuck was it? Like, why didn't you just do it the whole time? Well, you do it. Roger Rabbit. That's it. Like, you do that the whole time, Roger Rabbit. Why didn't you do that at the beginning? Would have stopped the whole movie from happening. Like, only do it when it's funny. But yeah, fucking, what the fuck? I don't even know what the fuck we are. Oh yeah, Eminem. I was talking about Eminem because he's the best.
We were in this concert with this really tame song.
Really shitty song.
Which does have a good ending.
Audience doing some of the shittiest dance, like another Cinema Snob joke. He said, "Okay, audience, now we're all in a club, so I need you to dance like you're being directed by a 60-year-old white man." So everyone's kind of just like waving their hands like, woo,
they were not in a club. Woo, let's be honest.
Oh, yeah, it was supposed to be like a concert, I guess, but it was very.
They were in what looked like fucking. I went down to Playhouse Square.
Yeah, small.
Like they were in a literal theater.
Yeah,
it was a literal theater.
Yeah,
like listen, there was not a club. People were sitting down.
Yeah.
I'm not someone who goes, and I don't mean this as an insult, but I'm not someone who goes to hip hop concerts or rap concerts often. I would guarantee you that if I went to any rap concert, whether it was Eminem and Snoop Dogg or some random person who's just starting up, I guarantee you there are not fucking theater seats for every single person.
No. Remember when we went to fucking House of Blues for fucking Guar?
Exactly.
It was standing only fucking mosh time, motherfucker.
Exactly. And that is Guar.
Hell yeah.
Also, I will say, the Power of My Pants, it had a very, very good ending because it allows me to quote a good movie, Orgasmo. Cock rocket! He straight up had fucking fireworks on his dick.
Coming out of his dick where his dick was the whole time backstage. Marci's being a fucking idiot, trying to get his attention while he's obviously in the middle of a fucking performance.
Yes. Which, by the way, I want to point this out too, because I was like, I don't know who chose this, but obviously because especially male rap artists are always having the half naked women around them. Yeah. He had half naked men.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a progressive.
Very progressive.
Very progressive for him to have just as many half naked men in his performance as half naked women.
Yeah.
So,
congratulations,
Dr. S.
Dr. S. That's something that literally, we're back on the name again. Dr. S sounds like what a fucking corny white person would call him when his name is like Dr. Money or Dr. Bling or Dr. Dollar, like you said. They would see his name written down and be like, oh, his name is Dr. S? Well, listen here, Dr. S. Like, that's like fucking, but no.
It's the white writer's joke. That is such a failed joke,
it's a failed joke, yes.
How many, because if every white person called him Dr. S, and every time he's referred to by a black actor,
by his actual
name, like by Dr. Money, Dr. Dollar, whatever, that is actually like
a funny joke.
It's a funny joke, and it ties into something later on in the movie.
It's a multiple level joke. Yeah, a very dumb thing at the end.
Yeah.
But no, she tries to talk to him backstage. He's like all like, being all sweaty and gross to her, but she's all into it. Obviously, we're getting the hints of their dumb relationship
she is
later.
Straight up into it.
Yeah. She's like, okay, so I need you to, apologize for your lyrics and, take back what you said. It's a very fucking quick, stupid scene. He's got it just like kind of nonchalantly, like, yeah, okay, whatever.
I like
how they played that. I would say, I hate to say I like about anything but movie, but how he played it behind stage, I thought was interesting. How he was pretty nonchalant and chill about it, and then went on the stage and then does what he does on stage. I thought that was very interesting.
Which also, I was surprised. Excuse me. So, like, one of the things that just is surprisingly not even talked about is his tattoos.
Oh yeah, my mom. I didn't know what the fuck it was until my mom pointed like, "Is that a fucking woman with her legs open on his chest?"
Yeah,
I was just like, "Oh god, yeah, it is."
That right there, like, I'm surprised they did not. They put that on him, and it's in multiple scenes.
Yeah,
it is never addressed.
No, it's just
like
a funny thing that they think that black rappers have.
But like, even if you were to put that as something like his, first off, he also had a very little tattoo.
I couldn't see what any of his fucking tattoos were.
All of his tattoos looked like they were like one person drew this, and then this person drew this. Whereas like, and as someone who does not have tattoos, would love to have them, but I can't afford, and I'm also picky in what I would get. But like, for someone who's gonna have tattoos, like maybe he has that naked legged woman, but there's also got to be more on it.
Yeah,
and
something that makes sense. Yeah, something that weirdly specific, you'd have like a lot more.
Yes.
Interesting tattoos in general.
It was a very, it's, obviously the Wayans brothers are, for better and worse, they are in a lot of things. They have their hands in a lot.
Also comedic actors and
and they're funny. Yeah. I feel like despite my feelings on White Chicks and some of their stuff, I do feel like they were successful and liked.
People didn't like nobody liked White Chicks, but everyone liked Scary Movie, and In Living Color did do well for the couple of years it ran. And when they're doing something that's actually good and funny, it does well.
So it's curious on those tattoos because this character is given. They talk so much about what this character looks like and how he presents and everything, which also too, again, as someone outside of the culture, like, ironically, I look back and I used to always say back in the day, you need to grow your afro out.
Yeah.
and obviously, like, I mean, I stand by, you look good with an afro.
Thank you very much.
But learning about how difficult, like, white hair versus black hair can be to manage and everything, like, there's an understanding. So as someone with that, like, this is where you can see the white person truly not understand appearance, because what the fuck? Like, they make so many jokes about his appearance, but, like, when it could matter, when it could have impact and all these different things, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, he has a naked woman on his chest, and it doesn't even get brought up.
Like I said, they are focusing the whole Senator Spinkle plot away from him, so I think directly, just so it's not a weird race thing, more than it already obviously overtly and offensively is. Like, they just like they moved it off like a couple of degrees, but it just makes the movie more weird and stupid. So,
and especially too because, like you said, after he's like nonchalant backstage and then calls her out, that audience goes straight to
embarrassed.
Hang this bitch!
No,
kill her!
Yeah, it's like,
shoot her!
Yeah,
in the
kill.
face.
Yeah, kill that bitch! Shoot that bitch! And they'll start yelling whack, whack, whack. I'm just like,
whack is used up so fucking much in this movie.
Embarrassing.
That is, they talk about like black versus white language, which I do actually believe that is something about that.
And these white
whack is a white word.
Yeah,
whack is not a black word.
No one in 2003 was unironically using whack. No black person in 2003.
Whack is what I would have written in a Check T Uncle Matt song. In 2003.
Very hilarious and shitty thing. Yeah, it's like that's so fucking. Like, that's like a fucking, maybe in the fucking 80s black people were using it, and then like most things fucking white people appropriated it, and then they get corny.
But like, so bad. We are so terrible at this.
Whack is in no way in hell fucking thing people were saying in 2003. But whatever. He calls her up on stage, and then he says, "You're not real, I'm real." This is when we get the one N-word in the whole movie, randomly. And then he says, like, "Oh, I'm real, you're not real."
I remember that. But I do remember being confused because, this theater, people are shouting, we can hear them.
Yeah.
You should not be
clear as hell. Like it's a fucking
clearly.
Yeah, like it's a small comedy club.
Also,
and they are mic'd. It's like a small comedy club, and the audience members are mic'd, and you can hear them clearly.
they are mic'd, but she is not microphone.
No.
Well, she is talking to the audience, and they all hear her as if she has a microphone.
Very stupid.
No, listen, you're gonna do what you're gonna do, and whatever. But
and then we get a very cringy song from Marci, "Power in My." After a couple of failed rap attempts, she then sings the first cringy ass song. I've never wrote down in my fucking notes "cringe" so many times on a movie. On this bad movie podcast, I've never written down the fucking word "cringe" as many times.
Or was it someone in the audience who said she's so white? Because I wrote down she's so white.
One of her friends said that.
Okay, like that's the tagline for this movie.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, she fails a couple of times not being able to rap. And then eventually she does the fucking "Power in My Purse" after he plays that song for her. He gives her a couple of chances, which is very bizarre and weird. But whatever.
Very weird. Yeah. Also, if I paid money to go see this concert, I would be pissed that I'm seeing a white lady fail rapping.
Yeah.
And given 3 chances. Like, the first time you let her fail and you laugh. The second time is like, oh, you fucked up after you had another chance. Then you're done.
Yeah, no.
Listen, you get 2 chances.
No, it's
we're not. This is like just like in baseball.
There's
There's no third strike.
Yeah, it's insanely stupid.
What the fuck did I just say?
No third strike in baseball. Okay. Yeah, she eventually impresses him, I guess, with the "Power in My Purse," where all of her stupid friends come out singing a completely no tone, like fucking.
We
tone
got
deaf.
the power.
Yeah.
They literally.
We got the power. Like the
how did they get heard over the soundtrack? They were not microphoned either.
No, everyone was mic'd up.
No one had a microphone.
They're all off key. It's embarrassing and it's shitty. And I can't believe Ed made me watch this. This fucking sucks shit. Anyway, fucking.
This also, I will say too, this pissed me off. This song, because like, what also this is also where you probably know. Maybe you noticed it. Maybe someone in your family noticed it. I don't know if I'm the only one who noticed it. So his song, "The Power in My Pants," does have a rap feel to it. Yeah. It is hip hop. It is true rap and hip hop.
Yeah.
Her version turns into the gospel church. We got the power, hallelujah. Like that's just turns into a black church like stereotype. Like this is the kind of song I would have heard in the Blues Brothers, which is his own satire movie.
Yeah.
Like it goes full on church gospel.
Yeah, it's only a gospel singer on the stage out of fucking nowhere. And I can't imagine that's part of his "Power in the Pants" song. Yeah, it's fucking stupid as shit.
Exactly.
More white writers. Anyway, moving on. It's
but I feel like that's a big thing to point out.
Yeah,
it is.
The music is shitty and it's weird and doesn't make any fucking sense and it just have a very cringy, bad fucking singing sequence with fucking Marci being a white lady, I guess.
Very much so. She also throws out a shipping. Oh no, this is the next scene. Okay. Also, I don't know what the fuck I said. Oh, all right. I know what I wrote that for.
We end of this fucking shitty ass singing scene because it just cuts right to the fucking abstinence commercial.
Which I stand by. Boys R Us.
I'll say this is the best scene in the movie. This is the cream of the crop. This is the cream of the crop.
This is the scene I remember. But looking back at it now, with the name "Save the Family" and knowing about Focus on the Family, which supports fucking conversion therapy.
Yeah.
I wish we could get more of this into their shit because they're fucking terrorists and Save the Family is a very terrorist organization that does not properly get called out for what it is. Oh. And there's also a very lack of like what happens just happens and then they move on and they don't show what the fallout is from this.
Yeah, it's very bizarre. This whole scene is just it's very weird. But anyway, yeah, fucking Dr. S is on the set. Yeah, it's like this is the cream of the crop. This whole scene is the cream of the crop.
Yes.
Yeah, she's also a fucking random ass abstinence ad with Boys R Us,
which is an NSYNC Backstreet Boys.
Yeah,
parody.
It's a boy band. It's a boy band parody. Yeah.
And they're of course dressed very feminine and feminine.
Yeah, they're
male
literally in
clothes,
pastels and
pink colors.
People, yeah. They're just telling people don't. Yeah, the song about fucking let's date in this fucking very very funny song. Yeah, it's about abstinence. Let's wait. It's very fucking silly.
Let's date. Yeah, let's wait.
Yeah, it's very does very tonally sound like fucking any kind of song from that period, which is very. That's why I said I enjoyed that. This is very good because like Yeah, during the fucking aughts, I was fucking listening to a shit ton of fucking NSYNC and shit, along with my fucking Outkast and Eminem and shit.
I'm pretty sure on one of our podcasts, you and Leanne did mention Boy.
We mentioned that on our own, in person. We mentioned because she's more Backstreet Boys and I'm more NSYNC. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, in person.
Yeah.
But they literally say the line in sync. We're in the second version. We're now in sync.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
Which I'm surprised that I think they also say like something about backside.
I'm sure they do.
Backstreet.
Yeah,
like
obviously. This is when the writer's actually doing something because it's a white form of music.
This is where the whiteness of the director and writer do come in
helpful.
Strength.
Yeah, because actually, while they're doing their weird little song, they're fucking Lisa Kudrow's in like a director's chair for some reason, and then like the actual director, this big guy in glasses, they're like a bunch of people on set are just kind of like nodding along, like yeah. There's like one white lady is really enthusiastically like bobbing to the music, and like fucking doctor's like staring at her like what the fuck, and then she's just like staring at him like yeah, like repeating like just checking like yeah, like it's like she's an extra, and he's like she's trying not to talk or something like that because she's not being paid to talk, but like very very silly. And it's okay, so you're gonna go in there and tell kids to, be abstinent, and abstinence is cool. Like it's like the opposite from being. It's like, well, I don't want to do this. Like, oh, if you don't do this, I'm going to pull all of your records.
Which she could have pulled out way sooner. Before right now.
Which she could have done at any point. Which this is the only time it's ever actually been his problem. This whole plot of this whole movie. Mm-hmm. But yeah, then he says like, okay, I'm gonna go talk to my friends real quick, and then he goes and randomly like talks to them. I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do, beat him up or fucking tell him to do something weird or stupid. And then he just comes back and does the fucking whole thing like normal. I would say like does the whole thing straight. Just like fucking says like, hey kids, gather around. When people want to pressure you into sex, just say no sometimes. It's not good. Now wait till you're married or whatever. And then Boys R Us, as I said, like in the Cinema Snob bit, he says like, and then the abstinence ad turns into an ad for being gay.
So I think. This is why I remember this scene being so funny.
Yeah.
And why it wasn't funny this time. Because I knew something was about, like this was going to happen.
Yeah.
So the first song, obviously, you said, is all about abstinence and waiting with women. And they are straight up talking about girls being with women.
Yeah.
Second song they do, it's the same exact song.
The roughed up or different in any way. This
literally, this is the power in my purse to the power in my pants version.
Yeah.
Where it is the same beat, the same tones, but it is different lyrics.
Yeah.
And it is all about being gay.
Yeah.
But it's not even about abstinence and being gay. It is straight up talking about we're going to be in a polycule thing and we're all going to fuck each other in the ass.
Yeah. It's just
straight up.
Hey, wife. Did you watch the movie with him?
No. Okay.
I saw parts.
You saw this scene.
Yeah, the scene with the fucking Boys R Us.
Boys R Us. Let's all be gay.
You mean straight kids?
Straight kids.
Yeah, straight kids.
It was straight kids. 3 straight kids.
Yeah, absolutely fucking. The one funny scene in this movie that legit was very funny.
There are very few notes I wrote for this scene, by the way.
Literally, I like the 3 lines. Like she's trying to pull his CDs. He does the ad, and then the ad turns from being about abstinence to an ad for being gay. I guess
not just being gay, about gay sex. Very gay,
yeah.
Gay sex,
no,
polyamorous.
Polyamorous gay.
They are all like.
So it's like a good thing that he did.
They're all holding hands.
Yeah, like in 2003, this was just a weird, probably shitty intended gay joke. But in 2023, it's like 2023 this year, 2023, 2025. It actually just seems like he just like took them back and like told them to be themselves, and they took that to heart, and he did a really good kind thing. But I don't think in context for the movie it's supposed to be a good kind thing. I think it's supposed to be a shitty offensive joke, but it does look good.
It does
in 2020, in 2005.
I mean,
2005. The year 2005.
Dr. S.
Yeah, Dr. S is a good guy now.
He really is, and like I mean.
But it's not like pointed out in any way though. So I don't think it's just supposed to be a shitty
never
joke.
Called out. And honestly, too, like, there's another character who connects to this later on we meet. Like, this is probably, like... And again, this is where the terrible writing comes in. This is a moment that gets, like, they think they're like, oh, we made a funny joke about something. But it's like, actually, in 2025...
Yeah, this
is
good look.
Progressive. This is good. And, like, progressive and, like, cool to see because, like... toxic masculinity is fucking making a comeback now in 2025.
Yeah, that's good. Also, randomly, while I was like looking through my notes for a second while we paused right there, in case you didn't notice, listeners, I just saw this random thing on my fucking thing, Cinema Snobs new episode.
Blackenstein.
No, what do you see? It's like a black Frankenstein with a big tall head and an afro. It's a movie called Blackenstein. Oh god!
Oh boy!
It reminds me of the dude from the Blade parody in Venture Brothers, who hunts Blackulas. He hunts Blackulas.
So there was a time where we had like trailers we could play before Rocky.
Yeah.
And there was a time where we were able to play like a lot of like that like 60s, 70s blaxploitation.
Yeah.
And one of them was, I think it was called I swear to God, the movie was called Jungle Fever.
There's a 90s movie called Jungle Fever.
That's
Maybe Wesley Snipes?
I don't know if that was the same one, but basically it was that like two or like a few white women went to an all black school. Basically the reverse of like a black person going to a white school. It was white people, like just a few white women going to a black school. And I don't know why this popped in my head. Maybe because I'm thinking about blaxploitation, but I'm curious on what was going through the black male actors who probably knew what they were getting into.
Yeah, and I'm sure it was just like a lot of blaxploitation movies at the time. Not a black fucking director in that shit.
So they look at these white women and these black men say, that's a scoop of vanilla ice cream, and I'm gonna take me a big lick.
Oh god. See, this is the guy.
Marci X.
This is the guy who picked Marci X, and listeners. A dumb scene of Marci X and calling her Marci X and Dr. S.
Oh my god, this
sitting in a car just with their fucking shit. This is the one.
Wait, no.
This one right after the play. It goes to them in the car on their way to the CWNFIT, the Quinfida. Is a scene where they're sitting in the car and like he has this big giant coat on, and she's like, "What's that?"
Scene? I thought it was later on.
No. It goes. This whole fucking movie, to quote Simba's not for the 10th time, is just a sequences of awards and then shitty music songs, like award ceremony, shitty music, award ceremony, shitty music. That's all this movie is. Because they're sitting in their car and he's wearing his big fur coat, and she's like, "What is that made of?" And he's like, "This is Siberian chinchilla." And this line actually made me. This one is only actually made me chuckle. The one time I've ever chuckled in this whole movie, I think, is this line where he says like, he's wearing his big coat, and he's like, "What's your coat? Like, what's that supposed to be?" She's wearing a white fur coat. Like, what's that? Lab rat? That made me smile, and that's the only laugh I got of the movie because there's definitely a fucking improv line from David Wayans. I'm 100% certain.
Okay, so I remember now. So because I was looking for this, I remember that scene. I remember I wrote the line about it. So that scene came after the whole scene at the auction.
No, it was before.
That limo scene is after because
I have it before.
It is after.
I have it before the auction.
It is after.
No, because the auction goes straight to them going to the club.
Right, and that's where they're dressed up like that.
No, they're on their way. I would say pull up the movie, but I don't give a shit that enough. But no, they are on their way to the auction where he's wearing the big fur coat and he says a lab rat joke. Because after that, they go straight to the club, and then from the club, they go straight to the car scene, which is a whole different offensive conversation.
I swear to God that was after because
there's two car scenes of them like talking to each other in cars like idiots. But like, because this scene was like a very quick
I swear
one.
I wrote this one line about rich white women and black male rappers are just the same, which is the moral, the point of the movie.
That's the after she gets picked up from prison. That's that car scene.
Okay, maybe then that.
Because this is when she said she's like, "Oh, is this a Siberian chinchilla?" And like, "What's yours, lab rat?" And she's like, "Oh no, it's white mink." And then
there's the trailer scene where he's like, I remember seeing someone else just like this.
Yeah, you remind me of somebody.
Like, Aunt Frida?
Aunt Esther.
Aunt Esther.
Yeah,
that is a very Jewish name.
She's like, who, Tupac, Biggie? Like, no, my Aunt Esther. Fucking just a shitty trailer joke. And then it just cuts to the Quinfida auction. Another fucking embarrassing. Yeah, this is so stupid.
Okay. So it's supposedly, I forgot the name of the thing.
Quinfida, CWNFITA, children with no feeling in their arms.
Which is presented by an old-timey nurse.
Yeah.
Like, literally, she's dressed
like
a
candy striper,
60s.
fucking,
yes.
Yeah, not even
takes a fork,
accurate.
Goes up to the little boy, pokes him in the arm. He doesn't react. Goes up, she pokes the girl in the arm. She doesn't react. The kids can see her, of course, by the way.
Yeah.
They don't react at all. Then she takes the fork and pokes the girl in the neck.
Yeah.
And then it goes, ouch! And of course, everyone's like, oh! And it starts clapping.
Yeah.
First of all, why did you need to poke the children to show this off?
To show that the disease is real.
Second of all, why did you need to poke her in the neck?
Yeah. Because
no arms. Poke her in the stomach.
No.
Poke her in the legs.
Yeah, no. But
nope, the neck. The literal, death point of humans.
Yeah.
That is our weak point.
With the comedically big fork. Yes.
Yes, comedically.
And then this scene.
Why do I love this? Why at the same point, though? It's so stupid. Why do I love this?
I did. I was like, that's so stupid.
It's so stupid.
It is stupid.
But also, again, this is where I feel like listening back to a lot of our episodes, I feel like we have pitched and suggested better movies to what we got. And I feel like this is a joke that should have been so funny.
It's an actual, this feels like a fucking almost parody joke. In a movie that's supposed to be set in a supposedly normal world.
Especially because...
with some funny stuff happening.
Exactly. Those kids are fucking killing it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, near the end of this scene, when they're cheering, they are... Because they can't move their arms. They're bumping their shoulders against each other.
Yeah.
It is kind of if you watch them in the background, they are committed. They're on point. These children are playing up a bit that does not get the respect it deserves.
Yeah, there's also a funny line from Dr. S in a bit. But yeah, we have to get to the fucking one of the many cringy things in this fucking movie.
Before the cringe, there's a joke that for 2003 was surprising, and in 2025 I think is fucking hysterical.
Uh-huh.
So the very first thing so it's an auction for these kids.
Yeah.
The very first thing is a dinner for two with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
One person claps.
Yeah.
And straight up, she's like, come on, this can't be, this is Donald Trump. And literally the friends are making jokes like, oh, I heard he's made up for his mistake or whatever. This is a joke that is literally 22 years ahead of its time.
Yeah.
I mean, this is back when Donald Trump was actually seen as a businessman.
Yeah.
And not
in the middle of, what the fuck was the show? The Apprentice and shit, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. In this current year, 2025, this is not the Donald Trump who is a fascist Nazi. I will fucking say it. I don't give a goddamn fuck. He's a fascist Nazi.
Yeah.
Straight up. 2003, he was not a fascist Nazi at the time that we knew.
That we know of, yeah.
That we knew of.
He was just a equally terrible fucking, corporate scam artist businessman.
He did have a black man in the final two of the first season of The Apprentice.
Yeah, it was 2003. So, yeah. And what's her name? The winner, what's her face? Or, well, not the winner. I don't know if she won or not. What's her woman?
She did not win.
Yeah, she just got far.
She was notoriously kicked off about halfway point.
Yeah, but she's one of the
Omarosa.
Omarosa.
One of the earliest villains who I will say I think she leaned into it, seeing her on Big Brother Celebrity. Yeah. Also, I remember watching The Apprentice with my dad. I think I owned or gave my dad the first season of The Apprentice. And I will say straight up that she is the reason why that man did not win, I think. Because she was given charge that she should not have had. Mm. And I'm going to say this, having no evidence, having no proof. I would almost wager that the teams that were... So the final challenge between the final two guys, they drafted from the previous contestants who had been kicked off and or to quote him, fired. I would wager they did not get to choose their teams. I would wager they were told which teams they were going to have, and I will wager that Omarosa was told that she's going to be on the team with the black leader. I would guarantee you that.
Well, I'm sure they're both Republicans, so fuck them both anyway.
I mean, yeah, fuck her. She's terrible. And
I thought the dude was great, so.
But Donald Trump, this joke was well at the time because Donald Trump was not disliked at the time.
I think he was still seen as an asshole.
He was an asshole.
A lot of people did not like him back then.
He was also
for
seen
reasons.
as a New York businessman.
Yeah,
like,
was also an asshole scam person, definitely still Republican at the point.
No, he was, according to him, he was Democratic and would only go I don't, you know what?
I'm sure. But anyway, he's
fuck Donald Trump is the whole point.
Yeah,
of
the
this.
fucking
This joke was funny.
Yeah,
it was the best. This was my funniest point of the film.
Dr. S says like, "Who wants to date with Donald Trump?" And then Jane Krakowski's like, "You don't have to touch him," which is a funny bit. And then
that's right, she did.
And then Lisa Kudrow's like, "Maybe he changed." And then he's just like, "Okay, I'm gonna do it," and then takes the thing up.
And then
shitty point. My mom said that Lisa Kudrow is a fucking Republican.
She is.
That's what according to my, that's what she said while she was like watching. I was watching at her house. I guess that's what she said. Or I was like, really? I couldn't imagine. But maybe it's the thing of her characters.
Is Republican.
I mean, yeah, a lot of rich, wealthy white actors are secret Republican.
Exactly.
Well, who knew?
But like, I will say this. I'm sure we might have mentioned this, and maybe not knowing about Lisa Kudrow. Like, there's a difference, I believe, between MAGA and Republican.
Yeah, but they're still voting for the same shitty fucking policies. And
they are. But
yeah.
like, I look at someone like, again, welcome to the political podcast.
It's been that way since episode 1.
5 beers in. Welcome to the political podcast. I look at Mike DeWine and Ron DeSantis here. They're both governors of a red state now. Ohio is a red state, sadly, unfortunately, because a bunch of bumblefuck farmers get to control what all of us in Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Columbus do. The three cousins who live together and fuck. Yeah, fuck you, goddamn people in the middle of fucking rural Ohio. Yeah. I'm going off, I'm sorry.
Go to hell.
But Ron, for a long time, until recently, I will say, I think Mike DeWine, for a while I vehemently disagree with his policies are the same as Ron DeSantis. I believe that Mike DeWine, for a long time, believed that what he was doing was actually the right thing. Ron DeSantis did what he did and said what he said and goes for what he goes because he thinks it gets him his power and everything. He will change his mind. I would rather have someone who maybe has bad beliefs but think they're doing the right thing than someone who does not believe in what they're doing and saying terrible things. Because at the very least, if I talk to Mike DeWine, there's a chance that I could somehow convince him that what he's believing is not actually the right thing if he was given the right exposure. And go ahead and take this away from me. Take this subject away from me.
Anyway, this horrible movie that Ed made me watch. Then, of course, Dr. S gets up and all these old white people start bidding to own this black guy. Thanks, Ed. I really am glad you made me watch this movie. A very long scene of this wonderful auction scene for this black guy and this old rich white fucking thing after a nice little Donald Trump shout out. So thanks for that, Ed. Really appreciate you making me watch this film. Guess what this is going to be on my fucking list. Anyway, after this scene goes on for way too fucking long, him talking about all these goddamn white people, they all start yelling out numbers because they all want to get a chance to own this guy. So eventually, Marci X shouts out that she's going to pay $100,000 to fucking own Dr. S. So now she belongs to him, and then they go to the club where we're all fam. We see a scene where.
Why would you say that? I can't deny it.
Yeah.
I heard the word for it.
Yeah,
Why would you make me?
It's about to get fucking worse. Because I hope everyone watching this has been following is fucking all the jokes made about fucking Marvel Rivals and all the fucking snow buddies in the game. Because now we get a scene where we meet fucking names 3 friends: T-Bill, Freakazoid, and Quantrell.
Also,
and of course,
they had a failed. They missed a joke part.
What?
So you're right. He puts on the charm, and all the old white women bid for him, and oh god damn it! Why would you make fucking? Yes, they fight for his company. What the hell?
Go on, Ed. What else happens in this fucking scene?
But so they get to the club that he owns. And you have the 3 rapper friends that, of course...
They're not rapper friends. I think they just have hilarious names because the white writer thought it was a hilarious joke.
Yes. But then they all say their full names, which are clearly meant to be funny. how come this is such a missed attempt at comedy moment.
Yeah.
You have, what strange names. How come after they all introduce their names, you'd have someone of the black men say, what strange names? Why? Like, I literally, when I heard their names and I heard that line, I said, I'm going to hear that line from one of them. And I never got it.
No.
And I was like, how? Again, this movie clearly, I'll admit I didn't know. I didn't look at the writer and director. I leave all that shit to you. But I'm white, and even I got that joke. I would have put that joke in this movie if I wrote it.
Yeah.
Like, how white are you that you miss the actual joke? Especially because they have the Jewish connection. So, like, all those names kind of had, like, a little bit of a Jewish feel to them, right?
Yeah. I didn't write down.
Why was there not that fucking joke? This is 2003 before everything that's been going on in the 2020s. Make that fucking joke about their names being silly. No. They are rich white women, especially because how many times has this movie said the rich white lady and the black male gangsta?
I forgot to
gangsta, quote unquote. I'm making air quotes. They are just the same. They're talking about their bling. They're wearing their fur coats. They're talking about their this and their that and their connection to this. And you didn't have this fucking joke. I got this fucking joke and they didn't fucking make this fucking joke.
What the hell is the name of the dude? My Sandler friend. Who's the SNL dude who's with Adam Sandler and all that shit? What the hell's his name? The black actor who's with them in all their shitty movies.
Not Chris Rock?
Not really. No, not fucking Chris Rock. The other friend of theirs. He was in SNL at the time with them.
Fuck, I know who exactly you're talking about, but I can't think of him.
Peter Dante? Is that it?
No, he was in Walk Hard. I'm gonna search Walk Hard Black Friend.
Yeah, Peter Dante.
Is that him?
Nope. That's the other asshole with his fucking crew.
Walk Hard Peter Black Friend, and that will give me. Sadly, that will give me his name. I know it will. Which that is another good movie, by the way.
An amazingly fucking great movie. A couple years after this one.
Tim Meadows.
Yeah, Tim Meadows. Yeah.
Tim Meadows is incredible.
This whole piece of shit movie is like almost stolen from a SNL skit from the early 90s called Princess and the Homeboy. Where, like, that...
They literally almost... I mean, they call Princess and the Player.
Yeah.
They literally damn near.
There's a skit where, like, Tim Meadows is, like, this, like, ghetto hood guy, and he's, like, living... It's like a sitcom where, like, he's living with this, like, rich white princess girl, and she's just, like... it's just a bit... Basically, this fucking dumbass thing. There's all these dumb bits from this movie, but in an SNL skit where it's much funnier. Because, like, the scene I saw from the Cinema Snob video was just, like... She was like, come on, T-Bone or whatever. It was my turn to watch the TV. And he's like, nah, I ain't watching that motherfucking shit. I ain't fucking watching no goddamn Friends. It's just like, he's sitting in the house shirtless, being fucking hilarious. And Tim Meadows is a hilariously funny comedic actor, just like fucking Damon Wayans. But he's actually allowed to be funny in an SNL skit because they actually had black writers on that show. Even back in the fucking 90s and shit.
I mean, I mentioned it, but like Walk Hard, that is another good stereotypical film.
Because it's a funny movie made by funny people.
Oh my god. I almost, like, that is probably a film I almost want to do on this, just because I want to watch, another reason to watch that movie. Yeah. That film is so fucking good. And he's such a good character without, and again, if I'm my whiteness is showing, tell me. But I feel like he's a great character in that film, like, meant to be the black friend character.
Yeah, he's spoofing that trope. Yeah.
Especially because, like, one of the first things he plays is a black club, and he's like, he was like working as like whatever, and then the one dude gets hurt. It was Craig Robertson's character was like the whatever, and he's like, well, I know all the sets, and he's straight up doing like the same exact set and whatever. But like, again, if I'm wrong, if I'm in the wrong, tell me, please. But like, him doing that is clearly like meant to be so satirical of a white man doing a black music set and suddenly gaining success whereas the true artist does not get the credit that they truly deserve.
Yeah.
Like,
we have to get back to this fucking movie. I want to finish this shit.
This is connected to it, though.
It does. Yeah, I'm moving around Tim Meadows, so yeah. But yeah, the fucking dumbass club scene. We meet all of his idiot three friends who never have any lines because this movie is racist, and obviously. Then we get a fucking weird random song from the DJ, like, hey DJ, we're gonna experience multiculturalism.
It's not the DJ who does the song, though.
No, it's some random drummer in the audience, and then her.
No, it's not just a random drummer. It is a man in this club with bongos.
Yeah, with bongos, with a big giant African drum and bongos.
Why? I really wrote, like, listen, you gotta listen back. I need the villain from Terror of Chinatown. I need his prequel.
Bat Hands.
I need the Bat Hands.
Bat Hands. And we've got to get to this fucking movie. You are very drunk.
I need the Bat Hands prequel.
Haynes.
I need Bat Hands prequel.
Yeah, Bat Hands.
When it becomes Bat Haynes because
of
reasons. I need the Magneto storyline of X-Men Apocalypse as the whole film. I need, why was this man in this bongo man in this club?
Yeah, I don't know.
Straight up, I mean, he was on point. He's like, I'm fucking ready for this. I've been waiting my entire life for 4 white women to do a multicultural Kenyan South.
Yeah.
Was it African or South African?
Specifically Kenyan they mentioned.
Kenyan.
Yeah.
I need them 4 white women to do a Kenyan dance so I can give them the true bongos background that they were asking for.
Yeah, it's insanely stupid.
I want this movie!
She puts her dumb hair, her scarf has a head wrap thing, and then they all just do this long, elaborate dance about an unmarried princess. And her head, she says like, oh, maybe I should be a lesbian, and then all kinds of other weird, bad, shitty jokes while they're doing this African dance in a black club.
Thanks, no one stops them.
Yeah, no one stops them. Thanks for making me watch this.
Nobody stops them.
Everyone was like, what in the fuck is this shit?
I would have stopped them when
everyone
they
should be like, no, this is too much. We gotta stop.
Well, of course, don't forget, though, that they did this because of the weed they were given.
Yeah, they were
giving all you know how black people are giving out all the weed.
Yeah, they give weed to people. And they
hey, Matt, where's my weed, man?
Yeah, I got
Come on.
I'm the plug.
2003 tells me that you should have weed, man.
Me, of course.
Come on, give me the...
Yeah, after this long-ass, stupid-ass scene, finally, Dr. S and fucking Marci X fucking kiss. And then randomly Yolanda shows up. We didn't even
talk about her.
She had a scene earlier with, what's his name, that I didn't even write the fuck down.
In the club.
No, before the club, she randomly had a scene with the Tubby in prison.
That was before. That was after.
It was a while ago. At some point,
it was the club scene that happened. She gets
no. After like she mentions like, hey, what are you doing? She like either calls Tubby, and he's like, I got you, baby, and then and later she shows up at the club after being introduced during that scene. It was a minor scene that I didn't even write down either.
I missed that part. Yeah, I remember her. She was in the club scene. She was really annoyed that Marci somehow got the Dr. S to give her credit, and she was super mad.
Yeah.
Talks to Tubby in the jail scene.
No, like in the club
one of the
scene,
2 jail scenes.
Well, there's like multiple dumbass jail scenes with him visiting Tubby, but like she fucking tries to fight Marci, and then Marci does Tybo, and then a random friend throws her a fucking gun, and then she tries to start shooting it.
Which before this fight happens, she's like, you dishonored my people.
Yeah,
and like, first off. Listen, she's done a lot. She didn't do anything against the Latino people.
Yeah, not in the slightest.
At all.
Yeah.
She didn't register you.
Yeah.
And she of course name drops, of course, Latino artists.
Yeah.
And everything. And yeah, they fight, and then someone throws a gun.
A random friend throws the woman a gun. Yeah. And then they fight over it and shoot in the air a bunch, and then
the cops are right outside.
Yeah, the cops are suddenly there seconds later.
And they look, isn't me, they were dressed like 1980s cops.
Yeah, there's like fucking cartoon characters from yeah.
They were 1980s cops showing up, freeze!
Yeah.
And of course, again, as you point out, they had to give the white
people
Yolanda. We white people are the victims.
Yeah.
They arrested the poor white woman in the
that's
club.
How this has happened. Yeah.
They believed there's a club full of black people, 1 Hispanic woman, and 4 white women, and they believed everybody but the white women.
Also, everyone in that club would have seen what happened, but this is a
nobody talks about it.
No, it's a stupid comedy movie. It's fucking hand wave it.
Me the fuck off
because it's stupid.
The news reports on it and says that Marci fired multiple shots
Yeah.
in this club. You're telling me that this news didn't talk to it. Actually, you know what? This is again a failed joke. How come the news did not take, like discredit every person that was in that club?
Yeah.
Or whatever, and said, despite conflicting reports, the actual report is that Marci did this. Like, when you could have shown, like, all these different people from the club.
Never.
Say, like, the white woman did do nothing in the club. Of course, they could have done the black send and all that. Listen, this is a white man writing this, but, like, how is he going to make it so white that he didn't even take the stereotypical white tropes?
Yeah.
Like, this is like not taking a picture of you with a watermelon cake.
Yeah.
You know?
Just not doing the stereotypes at all.
Exactly.
It's terrible.
It's
just
so terrible.
It's the shittiest thing on the planet.
It's so against the stereotype satire that it's gone into... Oh, Jesus Christ.
Fuck yeah. Oh, boy.
Oh.
Power went out. Oh, boy.
Shit.
Power just blipped. I mean, the computer's still recording, so it just got that whole. We just had a power outage for a millisecond there.
What the fuck just happened?
Power blipped. I don't know. Maybe it was a tornado or something.
There's no tornado.
Yeah, it's not even raining. It's randomly went out.
It's not even that hot outside.
Nope, just randomly went out. Weird as hell.
Like, it's 73 degrees.
I don't know. There's a random brownout. Anyway.
Just like this
Marci
movie.
gets out of jail. Yeah, brownout. Yeah, this movie's a brownout.
Just like the club scene, it's a random brownout.
Yeah, random brownout.
Take it away, Matt.
Yeah, she gets out of jail and she talks to fucking, what's his name, Dr. S while walking down the street. And now she knows the experience of the poor and downtrodden.
Of course, there's a transvestite woman.
Yeah, I got the transvestite was there too. Just a random fucking offensive thing. Just randomly
Which straight up, the term transvestite does not actually describe what you would have encountered.
Yeah, not in a woman's
A
jail in
transgender
2003.
woman and a transvestite are two different things.
Yeah, this
I
movie's
would be a transgender woman if I presented as feminine and dressed as feminine. I am a transvestite if I present male, but I masturbate in women's clothing. That's the difference.
Real nice.
There you go.
He does Rocky very frequently.
The more you know.
Don't get offended. He's been doing Rocky for fucking 15 years.
I'm also 5 years in.
Yeah, he's also 5 years in.
Well,
and of course, I mean, as always, during every recording, me and Ed are in full drag. We don't really address it because we think it's funny, but yes, we are in full drag right now. I have a very large wig on. But anyway, the scene continues where we go to the next scene. She says she knows what it's like in the streets now. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. So
I'm broken.
He complimented my dress. I complimented his lipstick. We look great. We're having a fun time recording this podcast. Now, anyway, we go on to the next part of the episode. A random gross scene in the car. This is the limo scene you were talking about, where like she very embarrassing and cringingly asks, "When black people make love, is it different?"
Oh my god!
And I'm just like, I can't believe that made me. I look at my friends and my family who I'm watching, who I'm trying to help move, and I'm fucking watching this movie with them all, and I'm like, I can't believe this is Ed's favorite movie. He made me watch this shit. Absolutely embarrassing.
This is another point where the white person in me is like, you fucked up the joke. It's good. That's all he says, and they laugh, and then they go to making out. And
they're actually making out in the club, and then we cut to a random scene of the three idiot friends, and they are talking about how surprisingly smart and how well spoken, as racist white people always say, these three black friends are, who they're dating: T-Bill, Freakazoid, and Quantrell. Like, oh, he's a lawyer. Oh, he went to jail with my brother. Oh, this is just a bunch of things like, oh, he speaks so well. Look at this. He's like, this isn't offensive at the slightest. Freakazoid, T-Bill, and Quantrell. Yeah. Thanks again, Ed.
I agree. No, I did not remember that.
Yeah.
Those lines.
It's pretty terrible. The next line we have is back to the... I'm cutting through this real quick. We got the news talking about the relationship.
There's a few notes I have written in here. So first off, his jacket, when he picks her up from jail, has like this massive oversized zipper, and he of course has it barely zipped up. I even wrote, I want that jacket. I want that jacket.
Oh, the gigantic zipper he has.
Yes.
Yeah, that was very funny.
I want that jacket. Also, when they're making out, she's like, "What's your real name?" He says, "Kelvin Drell." He says his real name is Kelvin Drell, which I am surprised.
They ever addressed it as not an S?
Never addressed that.
And it's not start with an S? Yeah. It's very weird.
Well, even too, like, she doesn't give that name up anywhere. Is it me? I thought she was gonna say, "Oh, Kelvin," and then people were like, "Who's Kelvin?"
No, you're thinking much smarter than you're a much smarter white writer than the white writers who wrote this offensive
but then
movie.
he's like, "Tell me something that you never told anyone. Tell me your weight." And she's like, "Oh no, I can't possibly." She never tells him his weight.
Yeah, I don't know.
She never tells him her
weight. I think I literally during this scene went to the bathroom and did not pause the movie. She also that's how much I hated it.
It's also pointed out that she apparently dated Bill Gates. Also, I don't even remember why I wrote this, but I know there's a reason. I wrote, and I quote myself, "There is context and history I am missing and not privy to. I am white."
Yeah.
That is what I wrote. I don't even remember where that exactly was from. I don't remember what scene exactly that was from. But I feel like that's the tagline to this movie, right?
Yeah.
There's context and history that I am missing and not privy to. I am white. Marci X.
Yeah.
Coming to you soon.
Oh, God.
Now on DVD.
Ugh. What the hell's happening? Oh, yeah. Fucking...
The Congress scene. Which is not the end of the movie.
Wait, no, we're way too far for that. We have to go with fucking Tubby. He goes to visit Tubby after the news talks about their dumb relationship.
Oh,
it's like, oh, she's dating him, the princess and the homeboy, and then he goes and visits Tubby in jail, where he's like, dog, cat, yo, bro, and fucking a dumbass back and forth.
Of course, you're too to say those lines.
Yeah.
Let me say them.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, homie, why you tripping? What the hell's going on? Don't worry, I got you, boo. You're gonna be fine. Ain't nothing gonna ill be happening. Nothing's whack up in here.
Da bomb. Cringy shit. No, it's he goes visits Tubby, and then Tubby says like, "He's turning you into a Jewish chick. You're watching all these movies." And then we watch a news clip of the people saying like, "Yeah, he used to be cool, but now he's all corny because dating that white woman." And then of course they have a very offensive thing of these two black women talking like, "Oh, he's not dating a black woman. There was no black women left for fucking Dr. S. He sucks." These kids saying he's not a gangster anymore. He's not real.
That's what it was. This is what it was.
Mm-hmm.
That I wrote that to context and history I'm missing. Like,
it's offensive. I'll tell you that. And if you don't get the context,
no, I get that it's offensive.
That, yeah, just like I said earlier. I was saying earlier when you about the fucking 3 idiot friends talking about the black guys that they're all dating, the fetishizing of dating black guys, aka snow bunnies, which is a fucking thing that they refer to women who only date black guys because they're black, not because of their personality or because they like them or anything. That's what this whole fucking dumbass movie is predicated on.
Yes,
but anyway, yeah.
I now I remember. I think why I wrote that is because like. The idea that, and again too, like I think this is offensive not just for multiple reasons. So these kids are like, he's not really gangsta. Which first of all, like the idea that kids are like idolizing the quote unquote hood gangsta,
the bad version of
is
him or
bad.
whatever.
But also too the fact that like having success and that you're defined by so many stereotypical actions and wordings is what makes you good or bad is like that is self-offensive because it's saying, and I mean literally these kids are saying he's not black enough for me to see him as an idol anymore.
Yeah, and he's not real, as they keep saying, but they keep saying real because I guess once again he took 1 degree back from their shitty, bad, racistly written by white people movie.
Yeah,
and they just said he's not real anymore, as opposed to saying like he's not black anymore. He's doing all this other stuff. But then Tubby just directly says like you're turning into a Jewish chick.
I mean, and I actually kind of want to mention this. So like the problem. One of the things about this is like it's looking at the idea and concept of being black as such a stereotype.
Yeah.
Because of and I know that you are, to quote, a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of a black anime fan is seen as a white person thing. Am I wrong? Is that a wrong thing to say?
In the early, now it's incredibly fucking common. But like early on, but like no, I'd say probably like even during our time, it was like a secret thing that a lot of black people were doing that. But that was like, we're in our 30s now, obviously, but we grew up with the tsunami era of like, you know, all black people now will know fucking DBZ, or any black person within their 30s. You're like, there's a fucking 90% chance that they're gonna have been like a fucking Let's Go fan. Random offshoot. I know we can't go on these tangents forever, but even growing up, I would say that no. But even as a kid, I would say like back in the day, whenever I went to a comic shop and I would never see like older black people when I was a kid. So even further back, reading comics and shit, they would always be reading like Superman stuff, and I thought that was very weird that like, white people, for the most part, it was a weird black thing about a lot of black people like Superman comics as opposed to Batman and other people's shit, which is very funny. But no, it was at the time like,
which, by the way, I will say you are the Superman lover.
I'm very much now as an adult.
Listening back to our Justice League episode, you are very much against Batman and very much for Superman.
He sucks. So, yeah. It was funny because whenever I went to comic shops, I would always see if I was like an older black guy randomly in a comic shop, which is rare in itself, it would always be picking up a Superman comic, which is very funny to me. But I grew up, I was a Superman fan then, and I grew up there even more now, and fuck yeah, Superman 2025 movie's incredible, go see it. But like, yeah, it was nerdy-ish, but then there's the whole fucking Michael B. Jordan thing where he's the fucking biggest goddamn anime weeb you'll ever see in your life. He's around our age. The fucking Killmonger outfit literally is Vegeta's Saiyan armor. If you go back and watch it, he literally chose that, and he makes a funny anime reference in the What If series.
That's right. He makes a
I'm an anime fan. But there was a funny interview with him talking to some girl who was like, she's like a reporter now, and she's like interviewing him on the red carpet, and he was talking about how she always made fun of him for being nerdy back when they were kids, and like how the nerd shit he was into, and now he's fucking like one of the top fucking actors on the planet. But he's like, it was a nerdy thing.
I know Vin Diesel.
Street Sharks.
Like, I know Vin Diesel is kind of like he's very mixed, but like he's a notorious like
he's a huge nerd. Yes,
exactly. And like
back in the day,
isn't Terry Crews also?
Yeah, he's also
like, and especially too like, you know, and I'm gonna call myself out for this. I fell into these tropes and traps like the idea of like the nerd, like it is a white person thing, and which is ironic that white people liking anime is a white person thing.
Yeah.
But like the idea that someone has to be something and to be like a fan, like you have to be white to like anime. Like that's such a destructive thing, and it's so fucked up that was ever a thing that I probably thought and it has never been thought by people. Like it's so fucked up that there's such a idea that just because you look a certain way, you have to like and or dislike certain things.
Yeah.
Because this could have been a better scene because he's like, we watch all these, you know, there's all traditional like what, you know, rom-coms, like and everything from the 1990s, 2000s, and like the fact that it's so put down upon and it doesn't get properly context.
No, but like I said, this they take one or a few degrees off, but still just enough to be fucking offensive and shitty. That's this whole fucking movie, Ed. But anyway, we cut the scene of him being back at the house watching fucking music videos and shit. He sees YOLO, which is Yolanda's, I guess, fucking music name. Has some kind of shitty song about how much she hates Dr. S, and which we get one of the fucking worst lighting shots ever. Him.
Oh my gosh,
it literally looks like somebody has like someone's recording on like a hand cam and like putting a flashlight in their hand on his fucking face and grill for no. It's like the weirdest lighting shit. It looked random and it looked so shitty that it took me out of the movie entirely. This bad movie I didn't want to be in at all.
See, for me, what it was her song.
Yeah, I thought it was bad too.
Terrible lyrics. In it, like the fucking like low budget Photoshop effects.
Yeah,
I was like, this is so terrible. This is like what fucking YouTubers do when they're intentionally trying to be like low budget,
bad
purposefully.
Yeah. Look shitty on purpose.
And
then he randomly sees us, Marci saying like, "Hey everybody, we're gonna get him to apologize. He's gonna go to the MTV Music Awards and he's gonna do a big apology. Everybody."
She didn't say apology.
Oh, she said, "Make sure you attend." Yeah, make sure you attend. I want to watch it. And it's when she goes to see her father goes to see her father in the fucking hospital again.
And hey, you can come out to see the MTV Awards with me.
Yeah.
Oh God, okay.
And the doctors say, like, oh, well, bring your heart medicine. Like, oh, I got to show you somebody I've been dating. And they say, haha, bring your medicine because it's going to give you a heart attack or whatever.
If you notice, it was the black woman who said, bring your medicine.
Yeah.
And Marci...
Of course they gave her that line. The
Marci fucking shows up to the MTV Awards.
Yeah, yeah.
She fucking looks like she's fucking a goddamn 2020 Democratic House of Representatives.
Yeah, yeah.
Straight up.
She's wearing
a fucking African garb.
Yeah, it's insane. It's like if you've seen the Boondocks bit where like Sway from MTV, where he's like, "Hi, I'm Sway from MTV, and this is my inexplicable head wrap." Where he's like a gigantic, comedically large head wrap on. That's what she's wearing. It's just completely offensive.
But
it's like, oh, look how goofy black African garb is. Isn't it hilarious? That's this movie. That's the writers of this movie.
Her wearing.
That's what they're telling you.
Her wearing.
Yeah, it's just ridiculously offensive in all ways.
Oh, fuck.
Anyway, they go there, and he starts singing a terrible, shitty song about how much he loves her, and her dad's just talking over the music because this is a shitty movie. And they're like, wow, this is wonderful. This is great. This is wonderful. That's the acting of this horrible white director that directed this movie. That's how he directs himself. That's how you know it's a fucking good movie. And then, of course, the song just immediately turns like, let me show you where I want to put my love. And then just like, in the butt, they start singing it's a really shitty song about just...
What in the butt?
Yeah, what in the butt era ass song. A woman with a big target painted on her booty shorts. And then, of course, that had Yolanda just like laughing and pointing at her in a very weird, hilarious scene. And then, of course, her dad has another stupid ass heart attack. I wish the director died so this movie wouldn't come out. Of course... Oh, Senator Sprinkle had an earlier scene where she was just like, oh, we'll see about this, see if he apologizes or not.
Oh, and of course,
and then now,
this is where you introduce her son. Her son.
Yeah, they're going
who's a fan of most artists. And of course, his favorite.
Yeah.
Boys Are Us.
Yeah, Boys Are Us.
This kid is so queer-coded.
Yeah.
So, I somewhat have to give somewhat credit. Despite him obviously being queer-coded, he never put on the over-the-top, lisp and I love Boys Are Us.
Yeah, but it's just short of that, though.
He's just short of that. But for 2003, I love
job.
School of Rock. That one character, I mean, he basically puts on the lisp.
Yeah.
The guy who loves putting on costumes and is into fashion.
Yeah.
Very effeminate. He's putting on the lisp. This character is not, despite the coding.
Yeah. So
the entire rest of the film, he is coded.
Yeah.
Though this kid is also, I will say, he is very goat. He is very goat of this. He is the goat of this film.
Yeah.
Because he uses his power as the son of a senator to do things that no one else could.
Dumbass movie.
Because now something that no one else could do in this film.
Literally. She's saying they're gonna do the Senate hearing, so I guess to make rap music illegal or whatever the fuck is a dumbass premise here she's going after. She's wearing a brown ribbon to protest it. Very funny.
She did also say that this is why we know she's conservative. She calls herself, I might be a right-wing ogre.
Yeah.
But she's also a senator, mind you.
Yeah.
She's not a House of Representative. She is a senator. There are 2 in every state in the United States. So there are literally 2 of them. And she's able to go to the MTV Music Awards and also campaign on a massive fucking attack on a fucking CEO.
Yeah.
How the fuck?
It's very stupid. Marci's hiding in her bed, embarrassed by what Dr. S did to her.
And don't forget the news coverage of all the people saying, flush Ben Feld.
Yeah.
Flush, not fuck. Because the Motion Picture Association of America clearly told them there are too many F-bombs in your movie.
Yeah.
So you cannot say fuck Ben Feld. So you have to say flush Ben Feld.
Also, it's supposed to be a newspaper, and they wouldn't put fuck on the front of a newspaper in
people were chanting flush.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, people were chanting.
Yeah.
Also, there's a good joke. They say, all the networks are here. And CNN.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give them that one.
Funny joke. Not really.
Give them that one.
Find them. And then, of course, we get to the actual... for her friends are glad that she hasn't eaten. They're kind of just saying...
Yes, the anorexia joke.
Yeah.
And also don't forget the, talking about, anal sex. Oh, I would never. Oh, not in my lifetime. But it was his birthday.
Yeah.
And this is like...
But the way they said it was so weird. So that I'm like, so are they lying or? and Jane Krakowski's character is just dumb and doesn't realize that they're lying, or what? I couldn't tell because it was so.
I don't
weird.
know. All I know is I literally wrote they're 0-2 in this there in Marci X after this because they had the anorexia joke and they had the kink shaming joke.
Yeah.
Because listen, if you like anal sex and you're into it, awesome, go for it. But do not be pressured into it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with enjoying anal sex, but there's something wrong with being forced into anal sex if you're not into it. There's a clear kink shaming joke. Fuck you, 2003.
Fuck you, the right director, fucking Ben Feld.
Yes, Ben Feld. You motherfucker. You do not get to be on the podcast.
Nope, fuck
I
you.
will have Paul W.S. Anderson on this podcast before I will have you.
Who's
if you want to come on here and you want to just apologize to us, listen, maybe a few blowjobs here and there, maybe. I'm not saying yes, I'm not saying no. Take it away
this
from
piece
me,
of
Matt.
shit? No. So at the stupid fucking Senate hearing, this is when again, I wanted to write down his, when he says his full name with Dr. S. What's his S stand for? Snatch catcher. And then he says, what's their full name? And then, I think I wrote down part of it.
I did not, actually.
I wanted to write down part of it. It was just like some long ass thing, like titty something. It was a whole long ass fucking bunch of offensive words in a row.
Do you know what I wrote down from this scene?
What?
In quote, I wrote, he made us America the land of the foul and the home of the butt.
Yeah, the home of
Which,
the butt.
to me, you know what? That is actually the perfect representation of what America is today.
Yeah.
2025, August. Wait, where's my
Fourth.
August 4th, 2025.
Yeah.
America, land of the foul and home, of the butt.
Yep, it sucks.
Also, I will say, because this is something we have gotten away from, our Freddy Got Finger reference, they said proud more than once.
Proud?
And I literally thought proud.
Proud? Get the fuck out of the way. That's how I feel with this movie. Fucking get the fuck out of the way, Ben Feld.
Get the fuck out of the way!
Fucking shove him down the stairs. Okay, so now Dr. S, for some reason, now is defending Ben Feld's for whatever fucking reason. And he needs Marci's help, so he keeps looking at her come on, you gotta help me. And then they go on this embarrassing long tangent about ebonics, about how yo means hello and other fucking cringy embarrassing shit.
No, bad means good.
Yeah, bad means good.
Ill means
it's great.
It's great. And in the butt means what?
I love you forever and ever.
Yeah. But
and the one thing that almost made me smile for a second was fucking when he's just since slavery times we've had our own language, and then he says my mother was a slave. That made me smile. That was very stupid.
And honestly, that was another joke that completely.
I hope it wasn't improvised because he would,
and I think that's why there was such a missed opportunity for that joke to that is a joke. There are a few times where I will say a joke should be continued on and on and on.
Yeah.
I will say, I'm not wearing hockey pads.
I've been allowed to hear that
a dozen times over because my sense of humor is repeating the same joke a dozen times, even though it's not funny. This is a joke that should have been continued on and on and on.
Yeah, it was actually.
It wasn't.
Nope. The Senate hearings kind of just stop eventually. Who gives a shit? And then this is when Senator Spinkle goes home and.
Well, not only that, I literally wrote. I said. Not sure which is more whack. That they use the actual reality of white people misunderstanding slang, or that a white Congress member refused to listen to what others have said. Literally, I don't know what's fucking more fucked up in this scene. Ugh. Honestly, white people misunderstanding black culture is a true thing. That is not a fucking joke. That is a true thing that happens.
Yeah.
The fact that reality is shown and the reality of it is shown, I don't know if that's more fucked up, or the fact that we have a sitting right-wing politician somehow in charge of the entire committee and whose vote has all the power.
Yeah.
Outside of a committee.
It's
also the fact that this is a completely illegal, as I said earlier, this trial, there's no fucking trial.
The trial doesn't make any fucking
ever
sense.
happen.
Yeah.
The idea of a culture war is something that's been going on in America since literally Stranger Things season 4. Another character who, of course, dies because of his name, Eddie. the satanic panic of the Dungeons and Dragons
Yeah.
shit. Like, this is not something fucking new. 2003 did not invent the moral outrage.
Yeah.
And also, too, the moral outrage against rap and hip hop. That is not fucking new. How did this movie get so close to, like, being able to find an ability to both make fun of and show the kind of a horrific truth of white people not listening to reality and misunderstanding the influence of white appropriation of black culture and misunderstanding of black culture. They were so close, and they just fucked it up on both hands.
Well, I mean, in case you fucking... Yeah, because we've been not said it enough times, the main crux of this fucking awful-ass movie is that the piece of shit, rich, fucking waspish... Not waspish, I think he's... I assume Jewish, I don't know. CEO of Feldco...
Oh, he's Jewish.
Yeah,
Remember
definitely. Yeah, the Jewish Federation is giving the award.
Feld.
Yeah, Feldco is literally the one who's at risk during the entirety of this performance. Dr. S and like black culture and rap culture is supposedly not what's on trial. It's literally like, oh no, the CEO won't get money because they're gonna because this other right wing senator is gonna boycott their products. It's so removed from the actual like important racial like dialogue because, like I said, white director, white writer. It's real fucking stupid and it doesn't handle any of these things in any fucking tact. Fucking sucks shit. But then we get to fucking Senator Spinkle at her house. She at night. Oh, I forgot fucking.
There's another line. There's another line that she says. That is, I genuinely think it had to have been improv for this actress because she is. I'm gonna give her.
She's a great actress. I thought you said I love Kristen Baranski. Yeah.
And these lines, we are 22 years removed from when these lines were aired on a big screen. And they are more fucking on point now than they were in 2003. She said on television, because they're talking about how he, after the hearing, how his explanation, is connected to youth, whatever. And youth polling for her is really down. She says, polls are media distortion.
Yeah.
I mean, that is straight up fake news.
Yeah.
With extra wording. She also says a fucking line that I had to write down. After this line, I have 3 notes left. So this is how much this line I had to write down verbatim. She says, I am here to protect and defend the American people, not to listen to them. Mm-hmm. How? They're so close to the point.
Yeah.
And they miss it.
Yeah.
I see it.
No.
The only reason I'm not whiter is because I'm able to tan and not sunburn.
Yeah.
But I've dated so many people who sunburn in the sun.
Yeah.
Like I make up for my inability to sunburn by dating people who sunburn. And I fucking get this shit.
No. It's... Yep. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Terrible. But then we gotta... Yeah, the fucking Marci and him talk about something stupid and they say we gotta do something. We gotta think outside the box or whatever the fuck dumbass thing he says. And then his three idiot friends go and deliver a secret tape to the kid at night. And it's a fucking... CD.
He's also... He delivers to him, but he's in on this all.
Who?
The kid. He knows what's going on.
I assume that the tape also said record your mom or something. I don't know. We didn't see any part of that, but he has to have known when he delivered the fucking tape to her.
Like, this is why the kid is the GOAT. It's because he uses his power to make a recording of what's about to happen.
Yeah. She gets the CD. It's a song, Vote for Spinkle, where she fucking is dancing around. Like I said, again, I love Kristen Baranski. It's great in this fucking goofy-ass role.
You also forgot how, too, he's like, but so many people, like, love him. Why, no one thinks like you. She's like, there's millions of people, like who think like me. It's called Utah.
Yeah.
Which is a good joke.
Yeah.
That's a good joke.
Yeah. Another good thing. Everything she does is great. Everyone else sucks shit.
I'm giving her credit. Again, credit.
Vote for Spinkle goes on. It's an alright song, honestly, for the shit that we've had to listen to in this piece of shit movie.
Eat the beat. Yeah, eat the beat. Eat the beat. Yeah,
vote
eat
for
the beat.
Sprinkles.
I'm going to eat the beat. I'm using my fork and my knife for the beat. Yum, yum.
Yeah, it's so stupid. That's about the quality of the other songs. The next day they're talking to her in some kind of office building, and she's like, "So you're gonna change your mind?" She's like, "No, I refuse to change my mind." And then like, "Well, it'd be embarrassing if this got out somewhere." And it's like, "What?" And then the fucking son pops in and he's just like, "See, Mom, I recorded everything. Everyone has you dancing and listening to rap music." And she's like, "Oh no!" And then he's like, "You gotta like, see, Mom, I love you in the butt."
This is why the kid's the GOAT, though. He is the son of a senator who apparently has so much power.
Yeah.
Somehow. This is fucking the female Mitch McConnell.
Yeah.
But, I mean, she's straight up says things because she's straight up blackmailed because of her son.
Yeah.
Her son enables a sitting member of Congress to be blackmailed.
Yeah.
Into straight. I mean, to be fair, this trial, quote unquote, should never have happened. But this child uses his privilege for good. Chip is the fucking GOAT of this film.
100%.
There's no one in this film more incredible, and he deserves to become a manager of a boy band, because I guarantee you that Boys R Us, under the management of Chip, are treated fairly, are compensated fairly, and they are allowed to express and have creative control that they would not have had it been anybody else. And they're not forced into any kind of unfair and uncompetitions against some other boy group that's also managed by some old, rich, white, fat dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chip is the fucking GOAT of this film.
Yeah. Anyway, things wrap up. They wrap
up!
No, she fucking says she recants everything for some reason, and everyone, they'll say and then Marci X, remember she's in this dumbass movie, says that she's gonna get Feldco and the rappers are going to give all their money to the fucking United Negro College Fund, which is great.
And then
the credits roll.
She pulls that out, and clearly both her dad and Dr. S did not know about her saying this, and they of course can't go against it.
Yeah.
And you see the both of them like, oh Jesus Christ, because earlier on they're talking about one of the songs is like, this is the greatest, like the most money making thing ever. And whatever. And she's like, we're not in it for the money. And everyone's like, oh yeah, of course, we're not in it for the money. No, of course not. No. Yeah, we're in it for the artistry of things.
And then we get a stupid ass montage because the movie's not over yet of everyone where are they now bullshit. What's it called? Oh yeah, first is President Bush wants you to
Jesus Christ.
Wants you to address the nation. I'm like, oh boy, oh great. Then he looks at the camera and says, mission accomplished. No, he says, they kiss and he says, she is real. I'm like, what a fucking unfunny, weird, lame note to end the movie on. And then we got, where are they now? We see that those two got the fucking Marci X and Dr. S got married on Oprah. Boys R Us comes out with another fun song about having sex with Eminem. And they're managed now by Chip, who's great. The fucking idiot father is now engaged to Yolanda Quinones. Why does it say it randomly weird as shit? It's like what fucking tripped my ass out. They refer to Yolanda as Yolanda Bell for some reason. That's literally my sister's name. Yolanda Bell is my sister's name. And her name's Yolanda Quinones, and the fucking Ben Feld's last name is Felds. So I don't know why the fuck they randomly said Yolanda Bell. I was like, what the fuck is that? Is this movie saying fuck you, Matthew? This movie that Ed made me watch is looking at the camera saying fuck you, Matthew? You in particular? I'm gonna give you a weird note to end on, this awful piece of shit that you watched. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, Jesus Christ, you make me push this movie upwards. Why would you say?
Fucking don't even. Anyway, fucking...
it's a better movie than you thought it would be.
It's absolutely not. I am like, I've never been so offended and so few laughs. I think I had more laughs than fucking piece of shit ass fucking Jack and Jill than this fucking thing.
What about Bad Taste?
Well, we'll see. We'll see where this is. But anyway, and the only other fucking note I wrote down was that the three idiot friends now have a band or a group, I guess, also being managed by somebody, and they're called Three White Hoes. Three White Hoes. What a fucking hilarious joke to end on. And that's what and then I fucking...
Well, because all of this is said over, she introduces the to quote Dead Meat, the title card of her new brand.
Yeah, new brand. Marci
X.
Yeah. Not offensive at all.
Which
this white rich Jewish lady appropriating Malcolm X's name. That's great. That's wonderful. Thanks Ed for making me watch this again. So yeah.
Well, listen, would you say that this is a piece of garbage movie?
I would say, to bring back an old bit, if this movie was a piece of garbage, it would be me and Ed, or just walking down the street, hanging out, fucking drinking beers, whatever. And then Ed's like, "Oh my God, Matt, look at this thing!" I look down and it's a weird, crumbled up Al Jolson ass fucking minstrel show poster from like the 1920s, crumbled up and in a trash can with a piece of shit on it. And then I'm like, "Ed, why did you make me look at that? Why did you point that out to me? Why'd you fucking bring that into my life?" That's the piece of trash that this movie is, Ed. That's what I think this fucking movie is. He's crawling on the floor, ladies and gentlemen. That is.
Well, I was gonna say, this is like, to me, if I was to give it the same description.
Oh yeah, bottom of the barrel, the fucking what the fuck, the Marci X rap song in the beginning after Power in My Purse. That shit fucking sucked ass.
I was gonna say that this film is like those ads that you're parked in like a public parking spot and someone puts like a flyer under your windshield, but then it rains and then it's now stuck to your windshield and you can't get it off. But at the very least, on the inside, they showed like a full-on like naked woman, like frontal nudity. So at the very least, you're stuck staring at full frontal nudity, despite like that completely obscuring your vision.
How the hell is this any like nudity in a fucking poster? This thing is
there's moments to enjoy outside of like the bullshit that it's.
I literally
creating.
have more laughs in the mid-ass corny fucking what the fuck is it called? The goddamn I party with iJustice. I party with Victoria's fucking shit and fucking what's called in this piece of shit. God damn it, Ed. All right, speaking of I party with Victoria's and all the other terrible, also unfunny as this movies we did. Are you ready for rankings?
Who's going first?
I don't even remember. I was gonna say, well, since it was your movie, you should go. Or I guess.
It was my movie, so I will guess. I guess I'll go here. So as always, I'll go from not as always, but I'm gonna go from the best to the worst. Mm-hmm. So the true as always, the true cream of the crop, the true perfect film of all time.
Of course.
Freddy Got Fingered, of course. Number 2, Road Trip, the surprising 2001 film that was progressive for its time. Mm-hmm. Number 3 is Willy's Wonderland, Nick Cage adventure that is incredible. Number 4, sorry, I gotta find my rankings on here because I didn't finish because I don't know why I was ranking this film.
No.
Number 4 was Freddy vs. Jason because that film was just a lot of fun. Did I write number 5? I did not write number 5. Okay. Well, initial number 5 was Warcraft. Yeah, I think Warcraft's still number 5. Those orcs killed it.
Yeah.
6, Star Wars Episode 3. Yeah, I'd say that it mixed everything together pretty great and is worth staying in number 6. Number 7, I had as Fantasy Island. Yeah, I guess I'll call it Fantasy Island number 7. Just because I was able to do the thing I could pull off with my wife there. Let's see. I originally never put... I got up to troll...
Almost you're barely picking up on the mic.
Alright. Okay. Fantasy Island number 7, because entertaining me, being able to say what I did to my wife was good. Is this better than Digimon the movie? Nah, I can't say that. Number 8's still Digimon. I put the Fantastic Dinosaurs number 9. Alright. Maybe it's controversial. Maybe I'm just white. Also, bad taste is... Yeah, that tracks. Okay. So, honestly, I can put this film number 9.
You are fucking insane.
Listen.
That is insane to me.
There's a lot of problems with this movie.
Yeah.
There's a lot of problems.
There's nothing good about this movie.
There's nothing. Okay. There's problems with this movie. I was surprised by how much I enjoyed it.
What the hell was there to enjoy?
I didn't hate it. I didn't actively hate it.
Oh, God.
And I can't. I don't know. I got it. Number 9 feels like the right number for me. Ugh. Which is ironic with it being Marci X. I couldn't even put it at 10th. So now, it's on you to give me something to put it at number 10. Yeah, so there you go. Challenge accepted. I see.
Way.
Yeah. Number 10 was Fantastic Dinosaurs of the Movies, action highlights from FSX Classics. We talked about that film for 7 hours, and the majority of it was about the culture around it.
Yeah, the context of it.
And the context itself did not distract from the fact that it was just trailers.
Yeah.
And also, too, like, I wanted more. It didn't give me, listen, I'm not a big fan of edging here. I have terrible self-control. I don't want to edge. I just want to orgasm and then feel ashamed for what I orgasmed to. Okay? Listen, I'm bringing back the old school Ed who's overly sexual.
Makes perfect sense all the time. Sure.
Number 11 is bad taste. Because that's, according to you, that's probably what I have.
Yeah. That's about right, yeah.
Number 12 is Troll 2. Because it's entertaining with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Number 13 was Banana Splits. A film that is as good as it could have been. It's not great. It's not terrible. Yeah, I feel like that's about right. 14 is I Party with the Victorious. Once again, it's not great, but it's not terrible. But it's a little less than Banana Splits, I guess. 15 was Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, because I was okay with what it tried to do. And my biggest problems with that film come from what it fucked up, because it tried to do things that shouldn't have. 16 is The Terror of Tiny Town, because the Haynes, I got it right this time. Haynes prequel is still something I want to see.
Yeah.
17 is X-Men Apocalypse, because the Magneto storyline was top tier. It is near Freddy. It is a bag of jewels.
Yeah. Jewels, Betty, the jewels.
It's surrounded by a bunch of elephant cum. Freddy a finger reference. Bada boom. 18. What is 18? Is Resident Evil 2 Apocalypse. It's got decent special effects. And it looks visually alright. It's a. 19 was Monster Hunter, because I could defend the film somewhat despite it being so upsetting. Number 20 is The Last Airbender, because it is terrible on its own merit. Which apparently has become my newest catchphrase, apparently to the film. Listening back to myself, hearing myself say it didn't earn this, but it earned that. Yeah. That was my pre Last Airbender catchphrase before good on its own merit became apparently my new catchphrase. Number 21 is a film that doesn't deserve anything. It's the Justice League Snyder Cut. Fuck you for that. Number 22, Transformers: Age of Extinction. Fuck you, and it was boring. 23, fuck me, I guess, is Jack and Jill. I will say, I went in credit. So, during the Point Crow P-Chow Nuzlocke VGC tournament, so Flygon HG was one of the coaches, and he was wearing a Duncan Diglets shirt.
Oh, God.
And it made me happy, because I thought Duncancino and Duncan Diglets.
Yeah, Duncancino, awesome.
Duncancino, Duncan Diglett,
Yeah, that's good. That's a good little ref.
After that, I got nothing. I think that's the last film I got.
That should be 23. I have 23 on mine, yeah.
Yep, 23. Okay. Which is surprising, because I know you put 2 films together.
I think I split them up since then, because now the only combo is the Hug and Banana Splits, just because they're the same thing in my brain.
Oh, yeah. For the longest time, you put Fantasy Island and Troll 2 together.
Yeah, they were together, but then I finally just said, I'll just split them because it's easier that way. All right.
So we have the same number of films for once.
23 finally, yeah. Okay, yeah. Kingdom of Heaven, best movie ever. Number 1, Freddy Got Fingered. It's flawless and it'll never be defeated. Number 2, Willy's Wonderland. Number 3, Freddy vs. Jason. Awesome as hell. Number 4, the Digimon movie. Beautiful and nonsensical fun.
I think Road Trip was higher.
Which one? No, Road Trip. I moved it around a couple times. Road Trip's number 5, just after Digimon, because it's a good comedy. It's a good fun comedy that was a huge, like most of the top ones, a huge part of my childhood. Number 6, Star Wars Episode 3, one of the best Star Wars movies, even though it's insane. Number 7, Warcraft, 50% of an amazing movie. And then, other 50% is just very mid-boring.
White people.
Yeah, boring mid-white people. Number 8, Fantastic Dinosaurs of the movies. I did not write the rest of it down because I don't feel like it.
Actually, highlights of FSXF.
Special Effects Classics.
Yes.
A very, very fun time. I've seen the movie probably like 3 times in its full time, like this year, and I'm not upset about that. That's an accomplishment because I rarely rewatched it.
Fair.
That's when we always diverge. Number 9, I have X-Men Apocalypse, a fun, weird ass movie. Justice League: The Snyder Cut's number 10. It's a weird experimental odd movie of a universe that is now gladly dead and rebooted with something much better.
Which I will say that the one thing about that film that I'm very sad about us losing is that Superman turned evil because Batman got Superman. The single greatest sentence.
He was wrong. You're the
father. You're gonna pay, Dad.
That's right, Dad. You're going to pay. Speaking of that's right, Dad, you're going to pay. It's number 11, Transformers: Age of Extinction.
This film's so high up.
Those 3, I said, like the fucking 2.5, 3 hour long CGI filled action. I love this. I love to watch those more than bad comments, which you've been forcing me to fucking sit through these last couple of episodes. Speaking of bad movies, number 12, a mediocre movie, but it's a very fun little watch. I've seen more than one time. I'm not upset about Fantasy Island. Number 13 is Troll 2, as we said a billion times in every single episode. Fun with friends, deadly boring otherwise.
Yep.
Speaking of boring, it is now 14, I Party with Victorious. A very mid-movie from a mid-era of TV that was not for me.
As you could say, the Andy Dalton.
Yeah, Andy Dalton, of course. The Andy Dalton of all time.
Which, I mean, I feel like someday we gotta somehow get Andy Dalton to Cleveland. So he'd be the true the true third host here.
Yeah, of course. Number 15, Percy Jackson and Lightning Thieves, a bad movie based on a great property. 16, Banana Splits and the Hug, a mediocre horror movie that, was just been surpassed by even what it was ripping off by everything else that came after and before it. Number 17, that's the dividing line of the actual shit that I hate now. Now it is episode 17, Resident Evil 2, the dumbest piece of shit that sucks and is dumb. Number 18, Jack and Jill, a fucking...
How is that only 18?
Because the rest, I really hate the rest more.
So you're telling me you'd rather watch Jack and Jill than Bad Taste?
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd rather watch Jack and Jill than this?
And that gross, weird... I'll get to that movie when I get to it.
You'd rather watch Jack and Jill over to The Terror of Tiny Town?
Yeah. Jack and Jill's above all those movies. And it's a fucking unfunny, stupid movie. But it's an unfunny, offensive movie? Marci X, number 19. I wish I could put it low. It was lower, it was literally one spot lower. But then I just remember that the movie after it I hate more. Marci X was a terrible, offensive piece of shit. I was embarrassed to watch it with my black family. I don't know why it made me watch this.
I don't know why. Listen, I didn't make you choose to watch it with a black family.
Yeah.
You could have just watched it on your own.
I knew it was going to be bad, and I chose to do that just so I could show them all how bad it is.
Well, okay, that's what I need.
Number 20 is one I hate more than Marci X, which you could not fucking pay me to watch Marci X again. But this shit I've had to watch twice, and I can't believe I fucking had to. It felt like a billion years of my life, even though it was fucking like a 50 fucking minute piece of shit. Terror of Tiny Town. I literally have it as Terror or Chinatown. I don't give a shit enough to even correct that. Next is Monster Hunter, a truly offensively bad piece of shit based on a property I absolutely love.
Yep.
That we talked forever about how fucking shitty it is.
Which we can also talk another 7 hours on.
Yeah. And then, of course, after that, one of the worst movies I've ever had to sit through by an incredible director who I actually love all their other work, fucking Bad Taste. Ugly Australians being disgusting with weird special effects and grossness and completely nonsensical plot. That movie was so disgusting, I can't believe I had to watch it more than once. And then, of course, on its own merit, deserving last place like always, and it's going to take a rough spot for me to finally bump that up, but Marci X almost did. The fucking Last Airbender. A thing that I think about at least like once a year, and I'm just like, God damn, what the fuck was it? What the hell? When did that happen? Why did that fucking have to happen? Speaking of which, we didn't talk about the new live action Avatar thing coming out soon, along with the new series. There's a new animated series with After Korra, but then there's also an adult Last Airbender series coming out soon.
I didn't hear about that one. I heard about the
Steven Yeun is playing Zuko, adult Zuko. That's gonna be fun.
I'm down for that.
Hell yeah, that might be. I'm fingers crossed that it's good. Even though I was like, why would he?
Maybe it'll make me appreciate Aang a little bit more because he was a garbage. Honestly, like he's overhyped as a fucking Avatar. Yeah. Let me be honest. Like,
yeah, go listen to our my Legend of Korra plug in and plugs early. The entire Legend of Korra playlist.
Go ahead, Ariana.
The Legend of Korra playlist on Action Toon Bros for my feelings on how Korra is a much better Avatar with a much harder life than Aang ever had.
Honestly, like it's impressive just how much more she did. And, like, how much he truly, like, all of the issues that she deals with are because of Aang.
Yeah.
The pro-bender element is because of Aang. And what he promoted, intentionally or not. Yeah. Having to deal with the fact that the Avatar was seen as useless. Who was the Avatar who literally vanished and took away hope from the world when he vanished? I wonder. The fact that the Airbending Nation, like, disappearing, like, you know, the true morals had to get forced back into where they exactly were because of Tenzin's, like, indoctrination from his father. That's also an Aang thing. And also, too, the idea of, like, separatism and, like, a superpower retaking control because of a gap of the Avatar. What have I heard of an Avatar gap causing one of the nations to try to take power? I wonder. Yeah, Aang, yes, he did a good thing. He stopped the 100-Year War. That's pretty good. Not as good of an Avatar as I think he thought he was, and people regretted him too. I think that they attribute Aang's appearance to Aang himself. Korra did shit and evolved.
Yeah, she with a shit ton of shit, and she was working her ass off every single year, practically.
Every fucking year.
Yeah.
I mean, I guarantee you, when we find out about the rest of her life, I guarantee you she's been dealing with every kind of problem that arose, that she had to deal with so many things. Yeah. And then, even, too, she had to deal with things that weren't even Aang's fault. She had to deal with the one. Literally, he was number one. He had to deal with his shit.
Number one. Yeah, Juan's shit too.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she had a horrible...
Korra is incredible.
Speaking of Korra, we gotta do plugs. Since we're in the middle of my plug for listening to the new playlists for... It'll be like months now after... But this is probably literally gonna be like fucking almost half a year until this episode comes out. But fucking...
How many episodes is our last episode gonna end up being? 2, 3,
two. It's gonna
4,
I could
5?
put it into a bunch. But this is fortunately gonna be only one dumbass episode.
How long are we at now?
We're only at 3 hours and 15. Which is more than this deserves.
That is a short. That feels like a short episode for us.
It is a short episode. It's probably this right now about as long as fucking Jack and Jill, another shitty piece of shit.
Honestly, I feel like it's a little shorter because I remember I think it was our X-Men Apocalypse episode or one of the.
That was our first 3 hour episode, like exactly 3 hours.
Yeah, but like we literally had a riff to get to 3 hours.
Yeah. Well, now we do that easy. Like I said, if we did another X-Men movie, it would probably be fucking 4 times as long as I have so much shit to talk about the X-Men for. But anyway, speaking of old episodes, go listen to the old episodes of Movie Garbage, Action Toon Bros, Matthew Lewis Podcasts on Twitter, no, not Twitter, actually, I literally deleted my account, never mind. Matthew Lewis Podcasts on Blue Sky, Matthew Lewis Podcasts on Twitch, Matthew Lewis Podcasts on YouTube, Matthew Lewis Podcasts on Patreon, Action Toon Bros, Movie Garbage, The Forgotten Minotaur King. Buy the book and leave reviews. Other projects.
If you can see me
Ed's doing finger guns, the other thing. Now I'll leave Ed to do his pluggies.
All right. I don't use Twitter anymore, so all that shit's gone. I still have Blue Sky, but I am still on Twitch at Father_Bohawk, and again, dating myself, Run 85, which is, you might appreciate this, still the DC villains naming scheme.
Oh, yeah.
So somehow he's still alive. A Kingler named Electro after the Crab Man.
Hell yeah.
I've got Poison Ivy, Superior still. I've got Grodd for my Infernape, of course. What did I name? I named Venusaur Lex Luthor, and it's terrible. Which I feel like is also like thinking about it, this movie and a lot that tracks.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, my DC villains, Run 85 is actually on the Victory Road.
Hell yeah.
We've cleared Clean Plasma. All the encounters have been captured. We are making through the literal. So what has been done in this hack is, in the Pokemon World Tournament, all of the previous top cut players in VGC Worlds were given their own character. Those character models were taken out, put along Victory Road, and their teams given to them. So I am facing Ray Rizzo 2 times. Sans, of course, the infamous Wolf Glick is on there with his Executor. That's what makes it the Elite Four, the Victory Road. And after I can clear them, I will hopefully hit the Elite Four, something I have not done in 85 attempts. I've never made it to the Elite Four. But we've got some good encounters. I've got some good plans so far. And I am hopeful that the next time that I record, I can say I'm at the Elite Four. So that way, when I listen back to this episode, and when it comes out, I can listen back and think, that's so cute. This is before I finally beat White 2 Kaizo.
Hell yeah.
And my goal actually is, once the current run is over, I'm actually going to be taking, whether after my victory, of course, but in the off chance, I don't make it, I'm actually going to see if I'm able to play the Point Crow P-Child Nuzlocke.
Hell yeah.
Just for fun, just to see, because so one of the craziest parts that I watched was, Flygun HD, who does Nuzlocks, was the coach for Fuslie. Her second, I think it was her second attempt. No, it was her first attempt. So all the Pokemon are randomized to have base stat totals close to what the original Pokemon was. Misty is known as a run killer because her Starmie has high BST. So the Samurott that Fuslie randomized into was the genuinely most incredibly difficult encounter. The Samurott for your second gym had Lightning Rod, Belly Drum, Agility. I don't remember the other 2 moves, but it really doesn't matter because it was the perfect counter to everything. Oof. Literally, everyone who watched that, all the pros were yeah, there's no one who's beating this. It is the perfectly cooked. It is something that says, "Oh, you call me a fish? Well, I am no fish fillet." To quote Flygon, because it was running jokes, is we cook it like a fish, perfectly cooked fish fillet. But yeah, that's me talking about my Nuzlocke shit. Because I've been working on this game for way too fucking long.
Hell yeah. Yeah, for years on the podcast.
Literally. But some of the early episodes, I'm at the point now where I'm playing White 2 Kaizo. And I change up the rules so I'm not just restarting every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And that was back when 2022. So Matt, what's the next movie we're doing?
Ed, I am, as you can tell from listening to the episode, incredibly upset that you made me watch this horrible fucking movie. I feel like the last several episodes have been very mid or racist to the bottom. What the fuck was this? This sucked shit. So I'm like, okay, how am I going to punish Ed for making me watch this fucking awful piece of shit movie?
You're going to watch Snyder Cut again, are you?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's another Snyder movie. Let's see, Rebel Moon, the director's cut, which is about 3.5 hours.
Wait, what?
Rebel Moon 2, the Netflix fucking Zack Snyder movie based off the script for Star Wars that he didn't get because they didn't want it.
Wait, I'm sorry. I have to watch what now?
Rebel Moon? Oh no, I have to. No. We're not doing Rebel Moon. I would do that because that should be punishment. It's fucking boring as shit. It's a bad space opera that fucking steals a bunch from Star Wars because it was based on a Star Wars script by fucking Zack Snyder. And the movie's fucking boring and shitty. I was like, that'll teach Ed for making me watch Marci X. But I was like, you know what? No, this movie, I needed something different for Ed. How about the 4-hour cut of Hateful Eight, the Quentin Tarantino movie, where, of course, everybody pointed out Marci X, they said the N-word one time. Well, guess what? In Hateful Eight, they say it 180 times. And is there more than one black character in it? It's just Sam Jackson and it's Sam Jackson and 7 fucking killers. It's trapped in a ice cabin while it's snowing in like fucking the 1800s. It's a great movie. No, we're not going to do that one either.
Oh, I wrote that down.
We're not doing Hateful Eight. That was another one I was punished Ed with. But I was like, you know what? Ed was also talking about how much he hates the James Cameron fucking Avatar movie. He still hasn't seen the second one. Another fucking 3.5 hour fucking Na'vi trip to Pandora. That'll teach Ed. That'll teach him a good one. A nice, beautiful, long ass movie. But then I said, you know what? This podcast, it's ain't about getting revenge on Ed. Okay? That's not what this is about. This podcast is about family. So it is time. We are doing Fast X.
One X to the other.
Hell yeah. Like I said, Ed, it's been a race to the bottom with all the fucking mid comedies you've made me watch. So,
Hold on.
So now we're going to go. Now we're going to aim for the top.
Only the last 2 have been terrible comedies.
Well, I Party with the Girls was my mid comedy.
That was yours. Before that was Monster Hunter. Before that was Road Trip. Yeah. Which is a top 5.
Yeah, it's a top 5. But yeah, no, this podcast is about to be all about family, and we are doing Fast X.
You took the road. You took the road of you forgave.
Friendship, a family,
family,
not even family, familia.
So here's the if you want to put money down on things, listeners. How many Corona bottles will be a littering?
Yeah, we will have to. Yeah, I would say I don't know. I'll bring a case of Corona. You bring a case of Corona. We will have to finish it before just like
I will buy a Costco Corona case.
Just like the fun Mario Kart drinking and driving game where you have to finish your entire beer before the end of the race, and you can't touch your controller while doing it. We're gonna have to finish our entire cases of Corona before the end of the episode of the podcast. But I have no doubt that this will probably beat Fantastic Dinosaurs of the movies. Ventures into special effects of whatever.
The question is, another bet. Will it take 2 recordings to get to that long, or will we do it in one?
I'm sure we'll be doing it in one, and I won't know how to turn the computer off at that point.
It's going to be us.
I'm setting the bar too high, but it's going to be a fun episode. Finally.
Oh, thank God.
It's time for some joy.
I literally said earlier tonight, but when I looking back, I said, we needed something good when it Freddy vs. Jason. Yeah. You are truly a man of honor.
Yeah. All right, well, we will be seeing you next time.
But until said next time,
oof,
magoo. Computer gamut. Ha! I got it in, baby.
How did you get it past me?
Familia.
Woo, familia.